This is a special Friday edition of Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your eyes and ears are not deceiving you. We've got a special edition of Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights on a Friday. What a great way to end the week, too. We've got Steele and East Central here at the home of the Hornets down in the Grove. Good evening, everybody, to the CW's broadcast of TNL. I am Chuck Nicotinic. That is Zach Hedrick over there. We're a man down tonight with Don Harris, so we'll try to do our best to fill his very large shoes. But Zach, we got a heightened sense of urgency here tonight between Steele and East Central. Not only is it the district opener for both teams, each looking for its first victory of the season, too.
Yeah, both teams coming up just a bit short last week, but as you mentioned, a very stacked district, and we're excited to get it going on Friday night. Texas Friday Night Lights goes together like peanut butter and jelly. Amen,
brother. And here we go. We take a look at the standings. East Central only has one game under its belt. They played Roosevelt last week and almost rallied to pull out that victory. Steele's defense has been really stingy in those two losses. But I think the biggest key tonight, Zach, is which team is going to bounce back quicker from integrating an entirely new offensive line. Both squads replacing every single guy up front. But the one thing we don't have to worry about, the Steele Knights, is at quarterback. They've got plenty of experience there.
Yeah, a 4-year starter in Wyatt Beagle. This guy can spin it. And, of course, starting 4 years, he knows this offense like the back of his hand, can get everybody where they need to go, and in position to make big plays.
Well, on the other side, at East Central, yes, they're replacing their offensive line, but, man, they've got some humongous weapons on the outside. One of them is Anston Brian Kelly. Sounds like a law firm, Zach, but heck, who knows? Maybe this guy will be an attorney someday with some of the stuff that he's into.
Sure. Well, and that of a big law firm, too, because he's 6'5", 200 pounds is what he's measured at. But he's also a member of the debate team, and then he likes to keep things loose with his teammates. Coaches tell us that he's a bit of a comedian, but you need that on a football team every now and then.
Oh, yeah, he's going to keep them loose, and he's going to make some big plays, too. He had 4 receptions a week ago. We really cannot wait to kick off this ball game tonight. It's Steele and East Central, the 27-6A opener for both. And we will have it for you coming up at the bottom of the hour. Welcome back to TNL Friday edition here on the CW. We've got Steele and East Central coming up at the bottom of the hour. And Zach, all right, can't wait to get this one going. We got the visiting Steele Knights. What are the Thomas J. Henry keys to the ball game for those guys?
Well, for Steele, it's just a short memory. Got to, if mistakes happen, got to flush it and then move on to the next thing. And then, of course, they're looking to control the clock tonight. Hang on to that ball because they know East Central has some explosive weapons on their side as well. And then just finishing strong, finishing plays, finishing drives. They want to see Wyatt Beagle control things and take them on.
All right, let's hear what young Wyatt Beagle has to say about his squad and his coach, David Sines.
1-0-2 is not ideal. That's never what you want to do as a football team, but it's how we bounce back. Those 2 games are over with. They're out of our control now. So what is in our control is what we do in practice, what we do film study, getting ready for our next opponent. So we're right there. We're knocking on the door, and we have a sign. We have a sign in there in our locker room saying, there was someone who was hitting a rock, and on the 100th time, it finally broke. So we've been knocking on the door, and I think it's time we're going to kick it in. So we're ready for it.
We got to learn from the mistakes we made the last 2 weeks. We've made some crucial mistakes and crucial situations throughout those games. And anytime you play a really good opponent, they're going to expose those. And so we got to learn from them, and we got to try to eliminate those. And Coach Hubbard does a great job with those guys. Number one is we got to make sure that we protect the football. We do a good job on defensive tackling and staying sound on what we do. And, just like we say every week in our district, they're going to find a weakness. They're going to try to exploit it. So we just got to make sure that, we have all our bases covered and we just continue to get better each week.
Well, Coach Joe Hubbard has done a really great job here at East Central building culture. And what are going to be the keys tonight, Zach, for the Hornets to try to get a W at home?
Well, you kind of see the first 2 are kind of intertwined there. It begins and ends with the run. On defense, they want to stop it, really cut off Steele and making sure that they can't get really anything rolling. And then as for the Hornets, they want to really establish the run and make sure that they can open up that passing game, get it to those big wide receivers on the outside. And then third, you kind of heard from Coach Sines there talking about the mistakes and making sure they cut down on those. East Central is looking to create takeaways tonight so they can get some extra opportunities to go up big.
Well, Coach Hubbard loves these big ball games, and we know his kids do too, and I know he's chomping at the bit, so let's hear from him.
Out in battle, and they'll fight. You know, we got down 20, in the half, and sure enough, we started putting one good play on top of another good play in the second half, and started that little bit of a spark. And so the kids did a good job as far as that's concerned, and we're hoping that that's something we can build on going into this week. Coach Sines and his guys do a great job over at Steele High School, obviously, but from an East Central standpoint, our community is behind us. They're really excited about football season, just like everybody is. They do an outstanding job of just supporting us, being here for us. Our admin is great, and so we're just excited for our first home game, and with it being a district ball game is that much more special.
Zach got a chance to listen to Coach Hubbard before the game. He had his team assembled in the end zone, and I'll tell you what, I was ready to go.
I'm fired up.
I'm telling you.
It's Friday night, man. Let's go. Let's get it going.
We got a little time to go before we kick things off. We're going to have more, though, before we get you to kickoff down here in East Central.
Closed captioning for today's game is sponsored by Texas Water Advisor.
This will be the first punt of the night. And well, maybe not. Ward going to take off. Wanye Ward will have the first down and a whole lot more. Touchdown, Hornets.
And Ernie Zuniga on the classic call there.
Oh, man, Ernie. Love it.
Oh, it's
not
not
a good call there.
He always does. And then, of course, this isn't our first rodeo here at East Central, as you just saw. But, all these teams, all these programs doing really good stuff in the community. And another one of our good buddies, John Elizondo, has got the scoop on some schools in our area that are doing a good job putting food in people's pantries.
5 years ago, the Peanut Butter Bowl was just an idea.
Not knowing if we were going to collect 100 jars or 50 jars.
Nearly 30,000 jars later, it's grown into a yearly event.
Parents were always asking, when's the Peanut Butter Bowl? When's the Peanut Butter Bowl? Because they really like the concept of it and what it does for our community.
The peanut butter donated in San Antonio benefits Snack Pack for Kids, an organization that helps feed hungry children with no meals on the weekends.
It's very hard for these kids to learn without adequate nutrition.
That organization inspired then Johnson head coach Ron Ritterman to find a way to help.
You're going to help somebody that you've never met, and to me there's great value in that.
Since then, 6 more schools have joined the cause.
We want to compete at the highest level every Friday and Saturday night, but on these nights it's good to come together for one common cause.
Last season, a record number 14,128 jars collected.
We really raised enough peanut butter to get us through the whole year, which was such a blessing.
This year, the need is even greater.
All of our schools are seeing a rise in the number of children who are really being identified by teachers as chronically hungry. And I think we're going to see that for a while.
But the coaches and organizers believe with a team effort, everyone wins. Taking those life lessons from the field to the real world and ensuring no child goes hungry.
This is another opportunity for these guys to go out in the community and lead and spark that enthusiasm to give.
People really are good people, and they want to do what's right, and they want to be helpful, and it's been really cool.
Fill up the stands and fill up the cans at the gate. Let's put some protein in some stomachs of some kids in need.
Zach, that's one of the blessings of being able to do this each and every week is get to meet all these coaches and young men and ladies that are doing so many great things in the program. We've already had a couple of Peanut Butter Bowl games come and go, but this was a multi-school event. And as you can see, there's still some games here left to go.
Yeah, still a couple more coming up next week, and then the following week after that. Johnson, they were already here with us on TNL a couple weeks ago, going up against Brandeis, and then before that, Brennan and Reagan squaring off over at Comalander Stadium in Northeast ISD.
Yeah, those look like some really big ball games coming up, and it's been a pleasure bringing TNL to you at home, week in and week out. And when we kicked this thing off in 2009, we had some really incredible performances over the years, and here's a look back at some of our TNL records.
Garcia looking for Salceda again. Garcia fires a bullet that's going the opposite opposite way, intended for number 18, Brandon Banda. And look, it's wide open. Pitch and catch.
Prime goes back to pass and throws a route down the sideline. Got a man and it's caught and he's gone. This is going to be a 99-yard touchdown to Jawan Anderson. 99 and a half, as Dandy Don would say. Touchdown, Hurricanes. Pitch it again and look at the speed to get outside, cutting it back, and he's got in space. One man to beat, now he's gone. Bruce Moody is going to break the T&L record on this play. A 74-yard touchdown run, his 5th touchdown, and that will take him to a T&L record of 289 rushing yards on the night.
And the handoff is to Johnson. He's got a lot of room and a lot of speed to the 40. He's not going to be caught. This is Chris Johnson, 95 yards.
He really gives you a great example of his speed, and this is why this young man has rushed for over 3,500 yards in the last 2 years. He's just outstanding.
Are you impressed, as I am, at the separation Battles gets when he runs routes? I mean, look at, there's just nobody near him.
Down the sideline, gonna score. Jalen Battles, touchdown Madison. 55 yards.
For the win. Kick is up. Kick is good. Goodari from 48 yards.
What a clutch kick. What a great kick.
You can see the graphic. The last Burbank win over Highlands was way back in 1978 when Kansas's Carry On Your Wayward Son was number 1. 3rd down and a country mile for Cervantes. It's picked off. Burbank's got an interception and a touchdown.
Are you kidding me? This is something else, this turnaround.
Fakes it, keeps it. Sanchez with room. Sanchez, touchdown Bulldogs. Luna, touchdown. And the Burbank Bulldogs have exploded in the second half.
You're a Highlands grad. But you're all Burbank tonight.
No, I'm a Bulldog at heart, man, I tell you.
I know there's a lot of football lessons in this, but what does this say about life for you guys and your players?
I tell you what, in life, there's going to be some big obstacles, but I tell you what, these guys overcame it tonight. They know they had a good football team that they were going to play against, and they met the challenge, and I tell you what, these are some good men here, right?
Oh, Zach, so many good
awesome.
calls over the years by Harris and Zuniga, and then what a ball game that Burbank game was, and probably only matched by that ball game we had opening night this year, the Fredericksburg ball game.
No doubt, man. I mean, 37 in the 4th quarter, and then we had Fredericksburg storming back to open us up this season, and man, that was another good one. We had some great performances. I mean, J.C. Solitaire last night gave that rushing record, a little bit of a scare. I mean, 96 yards away, but still heck of a performance.
No doubt. It was indeed a great performance last night by J.C. Solitaire, and no doubt we're going to see some great athletes in action tonight for Steele and East Central when we bring it to you here on the CW at the bottom of the hour.
Away to Brown, and he'll head to the left side, and he's got a lot of room. He's got a first down and more to midfield, trying to outrun a couple of Buffaloes to the 10, and he will get into the end zone, 84 yards on the touchdown, and so what, 1st and 25.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Well, that didn't hurt his 10-yard average either, Ernie.
Some great memories watching Malcolm Brown, and even at that age, you could tell how mature he was. I mean, and even at that age, you could tell he was going to be a pro, and just now wrapping up year 6 in the NFL.
Yeah, and the explosiveness we saw at him against the Cowboys hasn't really lost any of that at all, of course. So definitely looking to see some more of that from the Steel Knights tonight.
Oh, yeah, Steel Knights and East Central Hornets at the bottom of the hour, and as we said, this is the doubleheader. We're doing it on a Friday night this evening as we take a look
Twice
at
as nice.
what J.C. Solitaire did in that ball game last night for Veterans Memorial. I mean, this guy was a one-man wrecking crew. And look at some of those holes that were opened up for him by his young and improving offensive line. I think what we're going to see tonight is a similar situation with both East Central and Steele. These offensive lines are being built on the fly, and the sooner somebody can turn that element around, the better off they're going to be. And obviously, Zach, there's a full slate of ball games tonight going around the area, and chief among them, as you can see, that Johnson Ball Club, that might be one of the best of the bunch.
Yeah, like these matchups a lot. Of course, some of these we'll be seeing a little bit later on TNL as well tonight. And you're talking about the offensive lines too. We're going to really see which ones gel quickly and find that mesh point, those attack points that they can really just get something rolling and keep on going.
Well, you see all these games in the outlying area, Poth and George West. You got then back here in town, Brennan and Holmes, Clark and Reagan. You know, a lot of those teams looking to try to get into the win column, and Madison Roosevelt should be a big one, trying to decide which one of those teams might be in the playoff picture or not. We're going to have a big ball game here tonight. We've got East Central and Steele, the visitors this evening, and we'll be back after this flashback.
So again, from the left hash, for the win, Reynaldo Sanchez from 35 yards out. It is up, plenty of leg, it is good. Southside wins it in double overtime. 35-yard field goal from Reynaldo Sanchez. And the final score in double overtime, Southside 38, Brackenridge 35. Pandemonium in South San Antonio.
Welcome to 29-4A, Cardinals.
This is Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry and sponsored by Vulcan Materials Company, America's Diamond, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio, RNL Certified Auto Group, Air Serv Heating and Air Conditioning, Affordable Health Insurance Agency, Orange Theory Fitness, Air Today Heating and Air Conditioning, Guild Mortgage, San Antonio Sports, Methodist Healthcare, Plumbing Today, Texas Water Advisor, Beluga Air, Bargain Warehouse Outlet, JD Collision Express, Air Conditioning Service Company, the San Antonio International Airport, Centro Med, Mammoth Contracting, and Monarch Trophies.
All right, y'all, it is almost game time here at East Central High School. Let's send it over to our PA announcer, Brandon Oliver.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the presentation of the colors by the East Central JROTC Color Guard under direction of Cadet Command Sergeant Major Diego Mendoza. Carrying the American flag is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Alejandro Lopez. Guarding the American flag is Cadet Private First Class Sam Lee Go. Carrying the Texas flag is Cadet Private Jasmine Serta. Guarding the Texas flag is Cadet Corporal Roger Caballero. Following the presentation of colors and the playing of our national anthem, and in order to honor our flag and those who have served and who are currently serving our nation, we ask that you join Hornet players, students, coaches, and fans and remain standing in observance until the flags have left the field in full retreat. At this time, we ask you to remove your hats as the East Central Golden Hornet Band, under the direction of Mr. Ron Garza, will now play the national anthem.
Feels like a college game already. Great job by everybody involved. Tonight's first half kickoff is sponsored by R&L Certified Auto Group. So we take a look at David Sines, the head coach at Steele High School, and always does a really good job with these kids, and he knows that he's always got a lot of talent, and I think both of these teams are looking at kind of the same thing, Zach. They've got talent, it's just young talent, pretty much all the way around.
Yeah, both very experienced at the quarterback on both sides, East Central and Steele, but they might have to be doing a little bit of improvisation tonight with those young fronts. So those receivers are going to have to work on maybe working back to the ball, working with their quarterbacks, keeping their eyes in the backfield just to make sure that they can still be on the same page, and if those plays get extended out a little bit.
How about these uniforms tonight? I mean, Don Harris would be proud.
Yes, the uniform czar, I think, would be very pleased with tonight's matchup. I like the all yellow, and then of course the contrast with Steele's all white. All white unis for road uniforms, pretty classic look.
No doubt. There's Coach Hubbard. Of course, for those of you that don't know, Joe Hubbard is a former offensive lineman at the University of Texas, so we've been trying to keep Coach Hubbard and Zach Hedrick, the OU guy, away from each other as much as possible tonight. We know what's at stake coming up tomorrow in the Red Rivalry River.
Yeah, all the tongue twisters there. Red River Rivalry, Red River Shootout, whatever we want to call it. No, I get along with Coach Hubbard. Last year when we met for the first time, we kind of put the armistice down. We were able to come and
come as one.
Be congenial, yeah.
All right, so East Central, they're the team in the yellow with the black hats. They will be kicking off. The visitors from Steele High School will be on the receiving end to get this ball game underway from East Central High School. Steele fields the ball cleanly, and look out, we may have a big play early, and we do, but it comes from the East Central special teams. Really good job coming down there to make a stop is number 31, Aiden Palaphone. Good job, Aiden. Got himself a nice clean hit there to start this ball game. It's all right. Wyatt Beagle and the Steele offense coming out for their first look of the night. And as you can see, Wyatt's numbers a little bit crazy here to start the season, but again, the Steele Knights have replaced every single one of their offensive linemen from a year ago, so a lot of growing pains early for this Steele offense here through 2 games.
Heavy set to start.
Yeah, there you go. First run play of the night is going to bounce to the left side, and East Central is there to stop it for very little gain there. That's Zion LeGrant coming over from his corner position. As we take a look at the Steele Knights starters on offense, got Regis, Lopez, and Contreras on the outside, and those are going to be the guys that Wyatt Beagle is going to be looking for, especially when he's got long down and distance here on 2nd and 5, though. We'll see what they do, and it's going to be a run play. And that is going to be very close to a Steele Knight first down. All right, so East Central on defense. Gonna need to make some plays there. Very veteran in the secondary with LeGrant, Fonseca, Johnson, and Jones. But they're also replacing every single guy on their defensive line. So we'll see which side of the ball is going to give on that tonight, because they're young for East Central on the offensive line and young for the Steele Knights on that offensive line.
Yeah, they're going to find who's going to make some plays real quickly tonight. And we said it in the open, Coach Hubbard, that one of their keys of the game is stopping the run. Of course, Steele Knights getting out to a...
And there you take a look at our referees right there. Rudy Baye giving us the call tonight. With the other gentleman there on your screen, as you see. Coach Hubbard already into this ball game, and he was really letting his players know how important it is. You're trying to build something for a season to defend your home turf. Fake the run, pitch it outside, and that's not going very far here on first down as Steele kind of backed up, Zach, after the penalty.
Yeah, behind the sticks a little bit, just to swing it out to a screen play, quick pass, an extension of the run game a little bit, but Yellow Knights were right there Yellow Hornets rather, were there to put a stop to it real quick.
Wyatt Beagle has been in a lot of big football games, and he's been under a lot of duress here early to start this season. So if anybody can figure it out, it's the Arkansas State commit. Going to keep it on the ground on the RPO. And he gives it to his running back on that play, and that's a really nice job getting through that burst through the line of scrimmage up there, and that's Ethan Stokas. Look at him go.
Good burst, nice hold by the line again. Looks like they've had a few 4-yard runs here to start, so they're kind of finding some rhythm early.
Indeed they are. We got third down here, and we'll see if they're able to convert on 3rd and 6. Wyatt Beagle's going to keep him himself, and the Hornets are there to stone him at the gate.
Yeah, great job by the defensive line staying home on that keeper by Beagle.
Calvin Solis and a couple of his buddies in on the play. East Central making a couple of defensive substitutions here as they run out the special teams unit. I believe Wyatt Beagle's going to be back to punt. It is not. It is Chris Jones. We have a stoppage here.
5-yard penalty. False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay, 4th down.
That's not going to kill him too much, Zach. If you're going to have a false start, it may as well be on a punt.
Yeah, get you a little bit more room. See, field position and everything. Not too much of a backbreaker or anything like that, but.
All right, Juan Hernandez is back, the junior running back. Let's see if he can make something play, if he can get his hands on the football. Punt is away, and it's a beaut.
Great coverage.
You're not kidding. Outstanding special teams play right there by the Steele Knights. It's Cornell George, the linebacker, making a play, and we'll be back in a tiff.
San Antonio International is the first and only airport to use the Light Strike robot, which is proven to destroy hard-to-kill viruses, to include the virus that causes COVID-19, providing the highest level of cleanliness so you can fly easier, fly safer, and fly confident.
Welcome back to East Central High School as the Hornets get the ball for the first time this evening. Caden Basenko in at quarterback. He's going to let his running back take the carry that time, but it is fumbled on the very first play. The Steele Knights are in business, Zach.
Yeah, 3 Steele Knights rallied to the ball there. Kind of tough to see which one might have popped it out, but 3 white shirts there to get right there on the ball carrier, pop that ball out. Knights get the football right after the punt.
Well, Timothy Huff was the guy that recovered it, and let's see. There was going to be a pretty decent hold there, but Steele.
Oh, he got it. He was the one that popped it out too. Got a right arm on that football and just yanked it out.
Yeah. There you go, a little Rammstein action. Let me see you stripped. Got the strip and the recovery. Very nice job. And so Steele, after they struggled on their opening drive, are in business with great field position inside the 30. Ball bounces outside. Ball carrier's got the edge, and he's very close to the 5-yard line. What a great play design there by the Steele Knights. Doing the heavy lifting on that play was Trayshawn Johnson. The first really big play of the night turned in by either offense in terms of positivity. Turnovers have been a problem for the Steele Knights, but that time they got one, and they are knocking at the door here early in this football game. Missiles are going to blow the play dead. And that young offensive line for Steele having a hard time getting it together there. And so after a really good play on first down, Steele is going to be behind the sticks again, Zach.
Yeah, by my count, that's 3 motion or false start penalties for Steele already, but we kind of talked about it right off the open. An a young group for that Steele Knight ball club, but we'll see if they can kind of gel together here.
Handoff goes to number 6 for the Steele Knights. That's a pretty nice game there on first down after the penalty.
Yeah, good job by Michael Boynton getting a big chunk of that yardage back. There's still goal to go here, so.
All right, let's see what Coach Sines decides to do. Ball is going to Boykin again. Does he have the edge? Oh, what a nice leap. Did he get in? He did. Steele Knights. 6 gets the 6.
Great vision to bounce it outside there. And just enough room to sneak inside that right pylon there.
Incredible burst too, right? I mean, look at this young man. He was able to get outside, and then we could talk about all we want with his ability to run the football. I mean, that was one heck of a leap there too. Diving for the pylon. So the Knights are in to try to make this a 7-point game to start, and indeed it is. The Steele Knights taking advantage of the early turnover by East Central, cashing it in. They jump out first here on Thursday Night Lights, presented by Taco Cabana, Friday night edition. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to East Central. And the Steele Knights strike first in this 27-6A ball game. And speaking of 6 got the 6. How about that, Zach?
Yeah, really nice move. Great awareness to still see the boundary, but then shift the ball over to the left side and sneak it in there. Great job by Michael Boynton there. His first touchdown of the season.
Yeah, he's really a great player. They're going to have a bunch of guys carry the ball tonight, but this guy's really got some shake and bake in his game, and you can see why Coach Sines likes to give him the ball down around by the goal line. I mean, he just had an extra burst that, quite frankly, may have caught East Central by surprise as he was able to get to the edge and then also get to the end zone. All right, so Steele's going to now kick it off, and they kick it out of bounds. So got some extracurriculars here. I don't know if those are extra flags, but clearly when you kick the ball out of bounds, that's going to exalt the referees to throw some flags. So let them sort it all out. And we'll be back after this break. So some early adversity for the East Central Hornets, Zach. They came in here and got a good stop there to start the ball game. Got the ball in decent shape, but turned it over. And Steele, you give those guys extra chances, and you know more often than not they're going to take advantage of it. So now we'll see what Caden Basenko and company can do on their second drive. This young man, quite the experienced guy himself, even though he's just a junior.
Yeah, got some starts sophomore year. Knows this offense pretty well too, and he's got some skill players on the outside. So they want to establish the run. That was one of the keys that Coach Hubbard told us, but we'll see if they can get it going here.
All right. So there's the run on first down. Picked up a few. Decent job there by Steele covering it up. And that's Juan Hernandez, the junior running back. They got a little thunder and lightning action going with their running backs as well. You can see Juan he's got some thicks.
He's got kind of their battering ram, the thunder.
Darn right. I want that guy on my squad. There he goes. He's got some breakability too.
That's a nice move there.
So Juan Hernandez getting a couple of carries on back-to-back plays as we take a look at our East Central Hornets starting lineup. We talked about Anston Bryant Kelly, but Jack Stewart ain't no joke either out there on the other side. He's like 6'2".
Yeah, both East Central has some trees on the outside. Tall guys that can just go up and get the football if you put it up there.
We're going to have some plays from those guys tonight. All right, so here we are, third down. East Central trying to convert, and they're going to keep it on the ground. Really good job by Steele rallying to the football. They're going to be short of the yard to gain, but a really good job there running the football that time was Anston Brian Kelly. And as we take a look at these Steele Knights starting defense, probably the strength of this unit right there up front. Lewis, Elmore, Payton, and Darnell. And then they've got some really veteran heady guys, Davion Hook and company on the back end. I believe the linebackers are all new. All right, so here we are, 4th down. East Central trying to convert here early in this football game. Need a play. Basenko hit initially. Look at him, still chugging and churning. Breaking tackles to pick up the sticks. What was that? You talk about individual effort, huh?
Yeah, not the first effort, not the second effort, not the third effort, but maybe the fourth, that finally he was able to bounce it outside, gain the sticks, and keep this drive alive.
That will be a Mammoth contracting 1st down, and we may as well say it was well earned. That was a really huge play early in this football game. All right, so Basenko and company getting a fresh set here, and they're knocking at the 50-yard line. Going to keep it on the ground, and what great closing speed by the Steele defense to stop that for just about no gain whatsoever. Outstanding play by Michael Serrano, the senior linebacker. And 44, Caleb Lewis. He's a hoss.
Yeah, it's a real young unit for the linebacking crew for Steele, but one guy, Christian Garza, starting for them the last couple years, but he anchors them, but still a young unit, making a great play there.
Yeah, you're right. He's got an offer from Mary Hardin Baylor, and we're sure more offers are to follow. East Central going to keep it on the ground, and more blood and guts, dirty yards by East Central. Lots of contact, but really good job by Tavion Lott. Taking on a lot, and hard to believe he could manage to pick up 6 yards with that much contact he was absorbing.
Yeah, started out going east and west, but then once he saw that lane, stuck his foot in the ground, got north and south, and was able to pick up some good yards.
All right, so presumably we're in 2-down territory for Basenko here on 3rd and 4. Going to keep it on the ground, and I'll tell you what, there's just not a whole lot there right now for these East Central Hornets. The defensive line and the linebacking crew, the front 7 essentially, really doing a good job of rallying to the football.
You mentioned it in the open, I think. Steele, their defensive unit, allowing around 200 yards or less in the first 2 games for them. So a real strong front unit, front 7 for the Knights as they start the game tonight.
Well, band's having a really good time tonight as we check out our Plumbing Today band cam, which will be featuring throughout the ball game. Both bands doing a tremendous job. Again, this feels like a college game tonight in a lot of ways, and East Central wants to talk it over on 4th down, so we're going to take a brief timeout and see what Coach Hubb's got in store here on 4th down when we come back.
Hey TNL fans, Taco Cabana is proud to be the title sponsor of Thursday Night Lights. Our Kick and Grande nachos go perfectly with any type of football game. Stop by any Taco Cabana and enjoy. Make plans now to visit TC after the game or this weekend. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Zach, affectionately known as the cafeteria at the offices, since we've got a Taco Cabana right next door. And I think a lot of us frequent there quite often. By the way, as we take a look at some of these folks that have Basenko jerseys on, I bet I ran into 10 people tonight that had Basenko jerseys on. Well-repped kid here tonight. So on 4th down, I guess Coach Hubbard's decided discretion is the better part of valor. So unless they're going to try a trick play here, they're in punt formation.
Got some things going on that drive a little bit, so some stuff to build off of.
Play the field position game, it would appear. Very high punt, angling towards the left, and it kicks back. And Steele's able to down it around the 25-yard line. So pretty good defensive possessions back-to-back by the Steele Knights, Zach.
Yeah, they're starting off the game strong. Again, that front 7 really the strength of their defensive unit for the first part. Defensive guys up front, Justin Elmore, Dante Payton starting that push up front, and then the linebackers. It's a young unit, but still coming up and cleaning plays up for the Knights.
All right, so the East Central defense doing an outstanding job on the first drive, forcing Steele into a punt, but after the turnover, Steele cashed it in. So this will be the third time we see Wyatt Beagle and company get the football, and this time it will not enjoy the same field position that they had the last time around. And of course, since it is the first play of the next drive, it's a Mammoth contracting first down. Central's got some big fellas there too now. Take a look at number 10, Cornell George. Really fine football player. Coach Hub was talking him up. 6'3", 230, can run, really coming on. Got a lot of time as a sophomore, but you know, some of these East Central guys are super young, and Coach Hubbard talked about it this week. This might be the most talent he's ever had, Zach, but it's young talent, so you got to throw them into the fire too and let them grow up a little bit.
Yeah, but first district game, you got to like what you've seen so far. Sure, it's just the first quarter, but first drive of the game against Steele, they shut them down. They forced a punt from Steele, so gotta like that start and seeing if they can replicate it here on this defensive stand.
What in the heck is going on? You have to do the punt again. I don't know, all of a sudden the ball changes field positions. We're going to do the punt again, but as we take a look at our Air Today game time weather, I know we're both grateful that the sun went down because it was mighty steamy, and actually there was a pretty stiff breeze earlier today when the sun was out. Not quite as breezy as it was before kickoff, but East Central is going to still have the wind at their back as we replay the punt. This one's kind of a knuckleball, tough to field normally, although 3 does a pretty good job making that look pretty easy. Not easy to field those knucklers. Trayshawn Johnson equal to the task, so not much difference as we do the punt over again, basically a yard or two.
Pretty good boot.
It sure was. Good field too, because again, man, those balls, when they're not turning over like that, it's tough to field sometimes. As we take a look at our Guide Mortgage Smile Cam. Guild Mortgage, my apologies. Better get my eyes fixed. Wyatt Beagles, his eyes are just fine as he takes the snap here on first down. Fakes the run, going deep and has a man wide open. And cannot quite make the connection. Oh, that was all you can eat right there if they could make that hookup.
Well, Dave Perez was stride for stride with Steele receiver there. Just got tripped up a little bit.
Yeah, I think Regis had a difficult time. He's somehow keeping his feet on that one, but great play design by Steele.
Holding.
We'll see what the flag was.
Offense.
That was all for naught anyway.
Replay, second down.
So as we get the hold on first down, you can see Steele's had a little bit of a hard time being in sync here, although they're enjoying a 7-0 lead. So we'll replay first down. Wyatt Beagle drops it back. It's a lateral. Flip it out to Boykin. And there's going to be a minimal gain there as East Central does a good job stringing it out.
Yeah, nice job by Maddox Meeks, shedding his block, working off it, and then Cornell George was right there too, just to, Maddox worked him inside, and Cornell George was there just in case he broke that first tackle to clean it up.
Second down and a long way to go for the Knights. Beagle fakes the run. He's going to keep it himself. He manages to pick up 5 or 6 on that play. It takes a couple of vicious licks at the end there.
Yeah, Marius Roseman getting there first for the Hornets. And a few of his teammates right behind him there to make sure that Wyatt Beagle didn't escape.
So now we have another flag down. And I'm sure that East Central's hoping it is not on them, because they've really done a good job of backing up the Knights on this particular drive.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And that's a killer, Zach.
Yeah, East Central was looking at a 3rd and long. Let's take a look here, see if it must have been right around here. Maybe right there at the end as he was going to the ground, but I don't know. I didn't see anything there on the replay.
Yeah, tough to pick up. Ball is handed off. It's still going. It's the Steele Knights ball carrier, but mercy. How about the defensive front by the East Central Hornets on that particular play?
Yeah, Travis Pell was right there to meet the back in the hole. The senior linebacker there making the first initial contact. And then the rest of the Hornets rallying to the football to finish it off.
All right, 2nd down and 10 now. Beagle straight drop back. He's going to throw it out in the flat. They're going to pick up pretty decent yardage on that particular play, aren't they? Good reception there by Contreras on the outside.
We'll see if this wide receiver screen holds. We got another flag on the far side, right around the 35.
Log in the back. Offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
We need a few more flags out here tonight, Zach.
Yeah, plenty of laundry to sort through tonight.
I feel like I'm at the United Nations. All the flags outside. So a little slow getting started here, both teams, but you can tell, man, there's a lot at stake. You know, both teams came through the preseason and obviously had COVID issues that they had to deal with in terms of scheduling and games getting canceled, but games start to get mighty big now when you're talking about league play. So here we go, 2nd down and a long way to go for the Knights. Beagle dropping, looking downfield, nowhere to go, finally dumps it outside. And I'll tell you what, he sure is finding good action when he finds Boynton, number 6.
It was great coverage downfield. You could tell Beagle wanted to throw a deep route there, kind of extend the field, stretch it a little bit. But a nice tackle by Chris Jones on the back end of that play.
And yes, we do have another flag.
We might have to start keeping track of how many consecutive plays there's a flag.
I'm surprised that we're almost at the end of the 1st quarter with this many times the clock is stopped. Well, I'll tell you, it's just one big defensive penalty, and then you got offensive penalties, and both teams bailing the other one out.
Yeah, for the Hornets, you know, it's like you get them right where you want the Knights, a 3rd and long behind the sticks, and then that's 2 now on this drive where they're helping the Knights out.
No question about it. All right, so a fresh set for the Steele Knights here on their 3rd drive of the evening, just inside the 50-yard line. Beagle hands it off, goes straight up the gut. They got about half of what they need for a 1st down, so a really good pickup there on 1st down, and running the ball nicely there was Josh Farner. And yes, Zach.
And Chuck, yeah.
We have another flag. Stop me if you've heard this one before. Now we got a chop box, so we're going 15 yards back the other way. All right.
Seems like we're kind of stuck in an elevator right now. We're going up, down.
That's an apt way to put it. And you can see both coaches not too thrilled with what's going on, and it's probably a good thing that both are wearing masks, so we can't really see what they're saying. All right, so still 1st down, but it's not 1st and 10 this time. It's 1st and 25. Beagle from the 40, and it's a quick handoff. No, he faked it. Now he's going deep. And the ball is incomplete. I think there was some contact down there, and yep, there's another flag on the ground.
Yeah, Trayshawn Johnson was running with the Steele receiver on that one, got tripped up, lots of hand fighting there.
I don't know how many plays in a row we've had a flag, but I'm pretty sure we set a T-now record.
That's it. Another one. I think we're at least five consecutive plays. But I have a feeling, just a hunch, it might be more than that.
And they're huge chunk plays too, right? And that's not a spot foul.
Well, the past three have been the personal foul variety.
Mercy. All right. First down. And lo and behold, I do not see a flag. And that's the end of the first quarter. So the Steele Knights take advantage of one turnover that they were able to get. They stuck it in and converted it into 7 points. And they are going to enjoy the lead over the East Central Hornets as we head to the second quarter here on the CW35. Welcome back to Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights Friday edition. East Central and Steele playing in the Grove tonight, and the Steele Knights coming up with a huge defensive play in the first quarter, which led to this. A Boykin touchdown, 6 for 6, and it's a 7-0 ball game, Zach.
Well, and Caleb Lewis making the great defensive play, stripping the ball, but also recovering it to set the Knights up for that go-ahead score, our first opening score. And the lone one so far, we've been having quite a bit of flags going on to end the quarter.
Well, we got a new quarter, so we'll see if we got a new ball game here. So to reset, we've got Steele on top 7-0. They are facing a second down and 7 to go. And why are they stopping the clock now? I guess they need to reset it because it says 28 minutes. There we go. A little bit of everything tonight. We do not want 28-minute quarters, I don't think. Everybody's going to be gassed by halftime. All right, so Steele's going to keep it on the ground. Good pursuit on the back end of the defense there, but not before a really nice run by Ethan Stokes.
And Cornell George running from all the way around, chasing that play down.
We said they've got some thunder and lightning guys, and we're going to see a lot of different ball carriers tonight for Steele. Steele keeping it on the ground, and this time the ball carriers run out of bounds, but not before Steele picks up the first down, and it's Josh Farner this time, the junior, getting the ball. Really nice job using that chicken wing to keep the defender from bringing him down.
And guess what, Chuck?
Tell me not. Tell me not.
Right there on the 35 for you.
Well, we talked about at the onset, Zach, both of these teams, and it's kind of been the refrain, actually, the last few ball games we've done, where you have teams that are essentially trying to replace an entire offensive line, and boy, it just wreaks havoc with your continuity. I mean, it's just difficult to get kids, you know, their first game action. When you're talking about left to right, replacing 5 guys, it's a team game.
Well, and you wonder too, just, you know, everybody's dealing with it, and we've been talking about it throughout our broadcast. The pandemic kind of playing into it, not everybody getting able to get into their camps and really establish what their system is.
Excellent point. Third down for Steele here, 3rd and long. Which way is Wyatt Beagle going to go? Left and now right, surveying the field, looking downfield, trying to make a play. Nobody open downfield, and he's not able to escape the pressure.
And a great open field tackle by senior Chris Jones there, really breaking down. You saw him break down his feet, square up, and make sure that Beagle didn't juke him out.
You could tell Beagle with all kinds of experience. He's going to go left, doesn't see anything there. Now he's going right, tries a little shimmy shake, but again, East Central, great coverage downfield and then able to wrap up and make a play and presumably get off the field here on 4th down as Steele's back to punt. The ball is straight up. East Central's got to find the football. So the Hornets catch a break on the punt, and now we'll see what they can do with their 3rd possession of the night. Down 7 as we head to break. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are looking at the Smile Cam, brought to you by Air Conditioning Service Company. Looks like everybody's having a good time on a Friday night. If for no other reason, you know you got the next 2 days off. All right, so East Central's going to keep it on the ground. So running back tries to bounce it outside, but outstanding pursuit by the Steele defenders on that one to string it out and block it up.
Yeah, host safety Cruz Untz leading the way there, but really a host of Knights there to make the play.
Absolutely, you can tell the speed of the Steele defense, and you might have some new characters. They've been different from years past, but the one thing Steele always has is numbers, so you know they're going to be able to replace good players with good ones too. So 2nd down for the Hornets. They're going to keep it on the ground and a little more success on this particular carry. And it's Tadion Lott with the call there. As we take a look at our Beluga Air player profile, look at Ethan Buck, senior linebacker for Steele High School, Zach. How about that GPA, 4.0? Get off me.
Like to see that, and also proud to see Ethan Buck working towards his Eagle Scout. Almost there, a Life Scout. Got that big project left to go.
Yeah, not to be messed with. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu expert. All right, pressure is on. Busenko running for his life, trying to pick up the sticks, has nowhere to go with the football. Decides to just throw it away because the heat was on, and now we're going to get a late flag, which could be grounding.
Well, he was definitely outside the tackle box. They're going to wave it off.
There you go. So that was nice. You actually had a flag picked up. Let's take a look, but Busenko doing a really good job eluding the initial rush, popping it outside, but again, there's just so many Steele Knights in his face, nowhere to go with the football, and when in doubt, live to fight another down. So a 3 and out forced by the Steele defense. And East Central's back to punt. And now Steele wants to talk about it. So with a timeout on the field, we'll see what the Steele Knights can add to their lead because they're about to get the ball here on special teams. 7-0 our score here on the C-Dub.
Welcome back, about 1/3 of the way through the 2nd quarter, and it's time for our Orange Theory Fitness Band Camp, the East Central Band. You see there right now, both bands are here tonight, Chuck, and just adds to the atmosphere.
Yeah, you'd know more about that than me, my friend.
Did some time in the band back in my day.
There you go, at University of Oklahoma too, right?
Yes, sir, that is right. So played on the drum line there. Great way to get into the football game for free.
Man, I'll tell you what, that's a whole nother level. You doing that in school, man. Good for you. All right, let's take a look at our Children's Hospital of San Antonio $5,000 band grant. This is going to give you, the viewer at home, or if you're maybe watching online, all you want to do If you want to vote for either Steele or East Central's band, is text BAND7 to 44332 if you're a Steele Knights lover, or if you're an East Central Hornets lover, text BAND8 to 44332. All right. Steele's offense back on the field, and look at the hole here for number 6, who's having himself a whale of a ball game tonight, Zach Hedrick.
Yeah, and they've really been, the Steele offensive line has really been finding a rhythm early. Look at that. The defensive lineman crashed down to the left on the screen there, and then it just opened everything up.
Yeah, a huge chunk play there on first down. So now pretty much the whole playbook open to Steele here on second. They're going to keep it on the ground with Boykin. And why not? I mean, every time this guy touches the football, something positive seems to happen.
Well, and a great play by Michael Pinones, sophomore on the defensive end there, sticking with it. He sure came through the hole, but he was able to get a big paw on that jersey, drag him down.
The kid's a sophomore? They make him a lot bigger than when I was a kid. Fresh set of downs for Steele. Low snap. Beagle can't find it. Now he does. And it's a scramble drill. And look at this. He's able to get 5 yards out of that. Making chicken salad out of you-know-what. Not what you want to have happen to start a football play.
Still a decent gain on that scramble. And would have been more if not for Maddox Meese right here, just getting enough of his legs there to trip him up.
Tell you what, that ball doesn't hit Wide Beagle's left foot, and that could have been disaster. That goes through the wickets. No chance probably to pick up a big play. So a really good job individually by Beagle, making a lot out of a little there. 2nd down and 5. Beagle dropping. Looking downfield, he's got a man. Ball is caught by his huge target out there. Number 82. Look at the size of that guy. Mason Martinez, the senior tight end.
Yeah, wide open there. A little breakdown in coverage there. He just came across the formation, and nobody stayed with him. Wide open, of course. Nice ball by Beagle, and then just rumbling down the field.
Yeah, it's a South Texas Votech first down. So Steele putting a little something together here on this particular drive. Beagle back, ball's away, caught, and a first down. Certainly liking what he sees outside, too, from Edmarian Contreras. You know, Edmarian can run, too, if he's just a sophomore and he's out there. Look at this guy. 5 receptions already this season. And he's got good flow. First down for Steele. Now we got a timeout. It'll be taken by East Central, so we're going to take a little break ourselves. Steele on the move, up 7 here on the CW.
Well, Thursday Night Lights is, a great opportunity to reach and motivate our high school athletes, their families, coaches, etc. We've tried to do that with the Beyond the Game program. Sinclair Broadcast Group and Methodist Healthcare have been great partners. And, the program really encourages high school and middle school teams to submit narratives and pictures and videos of things that they are doing to reflect key character traits, respect, selfless service. Those types of things with community service tend to feed on each other. So we started 4 years ago with 20 high schools submitting, and last year we had over 70. And so we're anticipating a lot more this year. It keeps growing, but it really sets the tone for the coaches, parents, and players to do things beyond what they do on the field or the court.
We've been partners in this program for a couple of years now, and at Methodist Healthcare, our mission is serving humanity to honor God. And we think that getting our student athletes and our school districts involved in community outreach programs is a great way of living that message and really instilling that kind of thought process and behavior within the high school and middle school audience. So it's just a great program, and we're inspired by what the work the kids are doing in the communities.
Really good stuff from San Antonio Sports and all the great things that initiative is doing around town. Really a coordinated effort to bring young leaders and community service kids into the fore. We're glad they're on board for another season of TNL. Steele Trying for a quick strike. He's got a man open, does Wyatt Beagle. Is it a touchdown?
I think they're going to wave him out, maybe right inside or right at the one.
Either way, it was a fine throw and catch by the Steele Knights. Wyatt Beagle literally starting to look like he's getting into a flow of this football game. And a really nice ball downfield, caught there by Ethan Gates. Big number 80, just a junior tight end.
And before that play, you kind of got the feeling Coach Hubbard wanted that timeout to just try and break up the pace of the Knights offense there.
Now we'll see if they can stick it in. Steele keeping it on the ground, 6. Touchdown, Steele Knights. Ethan Stokes finishing off the drive after the nice pass play down to the 1.
Some great blocks. I mean, sure, everybody might just think, oh, 1 yard, this is pretty easy, but still, you got to get the job done. And with a young offensive line, you love to see that, of them getting things done, breaking open that hole to make it easy.
All right, so the special teams are on as Steele tries to stick the extra point through the uprights. And they do. So it's 14-0 here in the second quarter. Let's take another look at this really nice pass play. Wyatt Beagle sets his feet, and then Gates, really does a great job adjusting back to that football. And that set up this little short popper. The Steele Knights, just like that, starting to find a rhythm on offense. And we talked about the youth of the offensive line for the Steele Knights, and really Wade Williams, their left tackle, is the only kid that has a smidge of experience, but they're a really tough group. Now this is one of those teams that you know they're going to have some talent. It's just a matter of running these guys out there and letting them gain some valuable experience. And nothing like gaining experience than in a 27-6A barn burner against two teams that are rivals for a long time.
Well, Steele's offense really gaining some momentum, finding their rhythm a little bit. Beagle, you can kind of tell, starting to feel it there. And we've been really focusing on that young offensive line. You can kind of tell they're starting to gel.
Well, they certainly look great on that last drive. Nice clean drive, and Beagle able to get a rhythm, obviously feeling comfortable there. So a little punch kick to the 20, and is fair caught by East Central at the 22, and we will be back in 15 seconds.
San Antonio International is the first and only airport to use the Light Strike robot, which is proven to destroy hard-to-kill viruses, to include the virus that causes COVID-19, providing the highest level of cleanliness so you can fly easier, fly safer, and fly confident.
Well, Zach, he had a flag actually on the kickoff.
Yeah, Rudy Baye and his crew, they're definitely getting their work in tonight.
Yes, they are, and Rudy and his crew do a very good job seeing the field. These guys do a lot of college games, so get the best of the best here tonight. So both teams better watch their P's and Q's because they're going to see it. We take a look at the officials tonight. Phil Anaya, Eric Smith, Ken Huffhines, Brett Ullman, Chris Whittemore, Alex Galvan, with Rudy doing the heavy lifting here.
When Philip and I was over here talking to Coach Hubbard, could they be backing up the Hornets just a bit more?
It's either going to assess it or make them re-kick it. Well, Coach Sines isn't happy about it. I'm pretty sure Coach Hubbard will take the field position no matter how this turned out. But I never did see what the actual ruling was. But regardless, East Central's going to have really good field position here on the 45-yard line. All right, so Bosenko is going to take the snap right at the 40 in the pistol. Fakes it. Now he's throwing it deep. Oh, what a play. He's got a man making the play, but mercy, just forced out of bounds. Great job by the DB, but what an unbelievable reaction. Coming back for that football was Jack Stewart. And we talked about both of these receivers. They're really good on both ends. And Jack Stewart plays basketball too. Had a breakout performance with 2 touchdowns last week. Almost hauled this one in. Again, really good job by the DB running him up the sideline.
Yeah, Tavon Cortez using the boundary as a second defender there.
Second down, and here come the Knights on the run blitz. And oh, they got him in a gap. Huge gain on second down and a much needed first down for the Hornets. Standing run by Tavion Lott, the junior running back.
He's had a couple tonight. Nice bounce, and they're kind of, you know, if that pass play would have been completed, they're right back to where they would have been.
It was an excellent play against the run blitz. First down, East Central. From the 36, going up top again. So just a little too tall for the intended receiver.
Nice coverage there, again, by Tavon Cortez, step for step. Steele Knights and the defensive backfield getting tested out by the East Central Hornets on this drive.
And indeed, I mean, again, you've got these weapons outside. Jack Stewart on one side, and you got the other 6'4" guy on the other side. I mean, these guys are just unbelievable talents. Bryant Kelly on the other side. So 2nd and 10. And here comes Steele. Bosenko running for his life, sets his feet. Now he's going to punch one up in the air and just throw it away. We do have a flag down in the secondary.
It was a nice little move by Bosenko. Eshawn Miles looked like he had him dead to rights in the backfield, but nice escapability.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's the big thing is you got to make sure your feet are square, you're looking downfield, but you got all this traffic in your face. Makes it difficult sometimes to do just that. So the flag has been waved off. It is going to be 3rd and 10 for East Central. Couple of backs there with Bosenko in the backfield on this play. Fake the handoff. Bosenko pops it outside. Looking downfield. Flag is down. So is the football as Bosenko throws it away. So much speed on this Steele defense.
Yeah, really nice push by that defensive line all across the front. It's really does wonders for your defensive backfield when you can just rush 4, drop the rest in coverage, make the quarterback have to pick his window. Holding on to East Central the call.
So they're going to redo 3rd down, but you just got to look at Dante Payton, 94 for Steele. Young man's a sophomore.
And they're rotating some guys in tonight.
I'm telling you. Yeah, it's probably the strength of the Steele Knights defense is up front. I mean, but look at the size of these guys. Jeepers creepers. It looks like a pro-style body lined up down there. 3rd and forever for the Hornets. They're going to keep it on the ground. Bosenko trying to find some space. He does. Really good gain.
That might be enough to do go territory again.
Yeah, why not, right? They picked up enough.
Bosenko saw 3 defensive linemen up front and just said, you know, I got numbers here, so I'm going to get something.
Did just enough to where let his receivers get a little downfield to create a little space. And now we'll see what the Hornets are going to do here on 4th and about 11. Why not? Down a couple of scores here early, and you're in your opponent's side of the field. Here we go. Stacked receivers over here on the left, 2 to the right for Bosenko here on 4th. Timeout by East Central. He wanted to look at that defense. Did Coach Hub before he decided to go with what he wanted to go with, and obviously what he had he didn't like.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of gamesmanship. Steele was lining up with 3 safeties across the top right at the sticks. So Coach Hubbard might want to change up the alignment a little bit.
How about another Beluga Air player profile? This time we're going to talk to Brandon Atwood from Steele High School, or talk about him at least. Eagle Scout, really good with the animals. And look at that, got a little trip action out of these Eagle Scout deals.
Yeah.
Good for you, Brandon, senior DB from Steele High School.
Well, looks like he might have gone out to Philmont, Seabase, Northern Tier. I'm a fellow Eagle Scout myself, so it looks.
Of course you are, Zach.
No, well.
Zach, you're like the All-American boy, and he's got fantastic hair too. If you haven't seen it, that's why we call him Zac Efron. All right, so we've got a pretty big play here in this football game. 4:39 left in the second quarter. Steele Knights down a couple of scores. And they could really use a first down here, but they are in punt formation. So they're going to play the field position game again and hope their defense can bail them out. Maybe get the ball back before the half and then get your chance to stick it in. Oh, it's a fake. It's your best fake.
Ooh.
Broken up.
But Chuck, we got another flag right at the 20. That might bail them out, and they might get the first down that way.
There was a hold?
Might have been pass interference, because the defender might have gotten there just an instant before the ball.
Well, the Hornets are clapping, so kind of feel like they may have gotten a break there too, huh? Well, Bosenko and the offense are coming back on the field. Let's get the call. All right, so the special teams for Steele, maybe not expecting this, and let's see if we can see what's going on here. Ball's away. All I know is there's a big lick at the end. Well,
the call was holding. I didn't see it on that angle. 7 was the intended receiver. I didn't see him get held coming off the release.
Well, either way, a huge break for Steele as they try to get back in this football game, and that's a nice run on first down. With some vicious hitting going down on that field as well, but excellent play there on first down by the East Central Hornets.
Tavion Lott getting some nice carries in here. He's had a few so far in this first half.
That's some really nice feet. East Central, Bosenko going to keep it himself, and just too much activity. Too many Steele Knights, Zach, playing on the other end of the line of scrimmage there.
Yeah, Sean Miles, a senior defensive end, really getting a nice push, shedding his block and getting in there nice and quick to get Bosenko.
Again, the strength of this Steele Knights team is its defensive line. They've got all kinds of guys that are big, fast, and athletic. And you're seeing it on display here tonight. Bosenko, third down, dropping, throwing deep, into the end zone, caught, touchdown, East Central.
And would you have it any other way? There's a flag on this play too.
Jack Stewart coming down with the football. Now we'll see who the penalty's on. Yeah, really good adjustment getting to that football. It was a pretty good coverage job down there by the defender who was at the inside lane. But Stewart jumping up, and it looks like they're going to call the penalty on him. I didn't see it in real time, but maybe we'll get it on the replay. So we're going to replay third down, and here we go. Busenko, two-step drop, ball's away. Yeah, he didn't get in the end zone anyway, so. It's all right, here we go, third down. East Central needs another play. Busenko running for his life and throws it out of bounds.
And they had double coverage on the back end there. That would have been a tough throw if Busenko even did get some time to set his feet and throw.
Well, you can tell he just doesn't want to make the huge mistake either, and it's really not in the time of the game to be taking any chances. So, if you're feeling the heat like that, you don't feel like any receivers are open, see if you can at least maintain possession and then see if you can get the first down on the next down. So it would appear that East Central is going to keep its offense on the field, fourth down and 14 to get the fresh set. East Central, somebody call a timeout? Nope, false start. Sorry, the play clock ran out. So that'll be 5 more yards. And Coach Hubbard decides that that's just too many yards to pick up on fourth down. He's going to punt it away and try to pin the Steele Knights deep. All right, Zach, let's see what we got here. 3:19 left in the second quarter. East Central back to punt and really could use one inside the 10-yard line. That's not going to do it. So Steele's actually going to have really good field possession after that. Their 36-yard line to start this drive. TNL Top 10 poll time, and our good friends at Taco Cabana sponsoring that as well. And I know we unleash these every Sunday night on Maximum Sports, and they do the same over on News 4 early on Sunday afternoon, and also on Don's show Sunday night. The Brandeis Broncos with a brand new quarterback. The Judson Rockets with a brand new quarterback. 1-2 holding it down, and I think, Zach, I don't know if you agree with me. I mean, we've seen Johnson, and they might be the best of the bunch, holding there at number 7.
Yeah, it's senior laden there, and I mean, we got a top 10 team on the field right here in the Steele Knights tonight.
Yeah, they've actually lost a couple of close ball games, but as you can see, some of these young guys growing up in a hurry. But Marion Contreras, the sophomore, with his hands on the ball again, and he's been electric tonight. Every time he's touched it, something good's happened. That is a South Texas Votech first down. Wide Beagle fakes the handoff. Zip, ball's out, caught. And a chunk play on first down, good for 15 as the clock winds. 2:36 left to go in the half.
Easy pitch and catch for Beagle there, soft coverage. Easy pickup for another first down.
Another good job by Regis making that play. Big old target. Wyatt Beagle dropping. Shoulders one way, looks the other, now scrambles right. Throwing on the run's got a man. Touchdown, Steele Knights. What a ball. Brendan Lopez on the back end of that, a young man that got plenty of action last year for the Knights, now a senior. And man, what a great route. And Wyatt Beagle, well, you can tell Arkansas State's going to like what they got in this guy quarterback. Look at this. I mean, great athleticism, directing traffic, throwing on the run, and it is a P.
We talked a little bit about the improvisation. Might have to do that a little bit with the young offensive line. There was a double move there, but also just the extension of rolling out of the pocket.
Extra point is good. And the Steele Knights starting to assert themselves late in the second quarter. And another look at Wyatt Beagle's wrist action. And Lopez in the back end stretching for 6. Outstanding play. Big play here for Steele. Got some big ball games coming up this weekend. Zach, you think you're going to be watching tomorrow at 11 a.m. on Fox?
Bright and early. I mean, it's going to be weird this season just because the fair won't be going on, not at full capacity anyway. It's going to be, 12,500 fans on the north end zone, 12,500 on the south, but still should be a good game even though the records don't reflect it right now.
It's still Texas OU, and it's always big. So looking forward to that.
It's OU Texas.
All right. I got a Longhorn in the house, so I got to do what I got to do. Fans enjoying some nachos here at the ballpark. I have to go down and get some of those at halftime myself. Steele Knights, really good job capping off that drive, taking advantage of the decent field position, and then really there's a couple of bang-bang plays right down the field. They're in there, so they're starting to heat up, getting the protection up front. Wyatt Beagle, you can tell the game's really slowed down for this young man. Even as a freshman, Zach, watching him play, he never really looked like he was afraid of the moment. Like, he may have been learning, but he always looked like he was in control and in command of what was going on. Now he's stronger, bigger, more athletic, and he looks like a man out there playing ball.
Well, and I think that's something that every high school coach is kind of looking in their quarterback, somebody that's going to look right down the field, not have any fear, and just fire it out there. And we definitely saw it on that last drive. I mean, not too much time on the clock, but still able to navigate down and put points on the board.
Well, still plenty of time here for East Central to maybe get a score before the half, but they're going to have to go 70-plus yards in order to do so. Ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage, and that's going to wreak havoc with the balance of that play. It's actually going to go for a loss.
Caleb Lewis getting a hand on the ball. He had the strip and the fumble recovery earlier today. He was able to reach up and get his hand on the throwing lane. Nice play.
Yeah. He's going to be getting a lot of offers. That's what Coach Sines was telling us. He's a special player, Caleb Lewis is. Elmore's the 2 technique, but Lewis is going to play outside, but really grateful they've got him on their squad. East Central's going to keep it on the ground. He's trying to get that clock moving because the last thing you want to do is give the Steele Knights another crack at this with a chance to put even more points on the board if you don't pick up the sticks. You're looking at 3rd and long. We got a timeout on the field. Coming up at halftime, it's the America's Diamond Fine Jewelry for Everyone halftime show. And we're going to hear from the bands. Going to bring you a couple of other nuggets, like our scholar athlete. We got Beyond the Game, do some stats, look at some highlights. Some big plays here so far in this first half. And Steele obviously really starting to ratchet up and get into a rhythm into this football game. East Central still trying to find their mojo. And Zach, you and I were talking about it in one of the commercial breaks about, no spring ball for a lot of these teams. Yeah,
and
no
it's still early,
games.
Still early in the schedule, so they're still trying to install their systems, find out which parts are working, which plays are working.
Yeah,
because about this time of year, we're getting into October. It would be getting into the heart of the district schedule. You know which plays you're going to go to in certain situations.
And not only that, it's a lot of these schools trying to figure out exactly who their starters are going to be. All right, so here we are on 3rd down for East Central. Basenko running for his life, tried to spin right, but there was a guy in his face, and that is going to be a massive loss on 3rd down.
Carter Darnell, junior defensive end, just staying with the play.
All big, all fast, all athletic on this Steele defensive line. These guys have really done an amazing job controlling the line of scrimmage now for 2.5 ball games. We mentioned this in the onset. This Steele defense has given up fewer than 200 yards in their first 2 ball games out. So it's hard to believe you could have that kind of defensive performance and yet still be 0-2.
Yeah. it's that is kind of a head scratcher a little bit, but the guys are definitely doing their part tonight in keeping the Hornets off the scoreboard thus far.
Well, now they need a big play on special teams. They've got to get the ball downfield as far as they can possibly get it, because that was a mighty impressive drive and took hardly any time off the clock the last time Wyatt Beagle and company had the football.
Yeah, lightning fast. The timeout for the Hornets didn't help before that this previous play here. So East Central in a pickle right now.
All right, so $1:46 left in the second quarter. And you got to believe that Steele's going to get the ball in really good shape here. Snap is low. Punter does a really good job of finding the ears and then kicking it. And look at the bounce he's getting out of this one. Outstanding job.
Nice little rugby-style punt there.
Man, can't say enough good things about what Noah Chavez was able to do on that particular punt. All right, the Steele Knights got their game tonight against East Central, but here's their schedule going forward, Zach.
Well, you were telling me before, this district, 27-6A, is one of the tougher ones in the state. Wagner, of course, moving up this season. They are a big possession-type ball club, going to hang on to the ball and make your possessions count. And then Clemens, too, another good one. That should be a good
yeah,
there.
Braunfels is always steady as well. So, you know, Coach Stein said it best. These teams are going to find your weakness and they're going to exploit it. All these teams can really play. A little bit of a low snap. Got that play kind of sideways from the onset. Beagle got the ball away, but was at least able to throw the ball at the feet of his receiver and stop the clock. So we're going to get 2nd and 10 here, and not much time left off the clock, but $1:30 for Steele to try to get another score here before the end of the half.
And one timeout in the hip pocket, too.
Beagle fakes the handoff. Man, throws a pistol pea out there on the left side. A little too hot to handle, though. It's going to be 3rd down. So next week on Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, we got another 27-6A squad. Clemens is going to be at Judson. So your garden variety backyard brawl, Zach, and those are the kind we love the most. These guys, probably both teams, had guys that played Little League together and probably middle school and stuff like that. So bring it on. Clemens v. Judson right here on the 35. 3rd down, Steele trying to keep this drive alive. Beagle back, scrambling to his right, throwing it on the run, has a man who couldn't find the football, and that was Lopez. Had his man beat. He's laughing about it. I mean, he just torched the back end of the East Central defense. He just couldn't find the football. A tad bit overthrown too, but really great throw by Wyatt Beagle. Look at that, off his back foot, chucking it 50-plus yards.
Not a bad throw.
Not a bad throw, and Lopez doing the best he could to try to find it over which shoulder. That's a difficult play on a night like this.
Well, and that's big for East Central, keeping the Knights out of the end zone, keeping this within 3 scores before the half.
Excellent point and an excellent punt. This ball was going to check up just at the 5-yard line. So if East Central has designs on getting some points before the end of the half, they're going to have 1 minute, 2 seconds left, and they're going to have 95 yards to go. Zach, we got college football on Fox tomorrow, and we've got some NFL action for you on Sunday. You got the Eagles, who actually, believe it or not, have the lead in the NFC least, are going to be playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Cowboy fans everywhere are going to be hoping that Pittsburgh can take that one, and maybe the Cowboys can get a win and surge into first place. And then on Sunday Night Football over on News 4, can't wait to see the San Antonio Seahawks in action. Got 2 young men from Judson High School playing for the Seattle Seahawks. It's always a treat to see those guys, and the way Russell Wilson is lighting it up.
Yeah, MVP candidate.
No doubt.
Throws
Cheerleaders all excited.
Wilson throwing the best deep ball in the NFL right now.
Aaron Rodgers called and he wants his beer back, brother. Hold his beer. Yeah, both squads off to a great start, no doubt. All right, we'll see what East Central decides to do here, backed up in their own territory, and they're going to keep it on the ground, but it's a pretty good chunk play on first down, and now we'll see if they kind of revisit what they're going to do with this drive. You know, if you get a big chunk like that on first down, you're running out of time. 10 seconds, and it looks like they're going to be content. 3, 2, and they're going to snap it. One for the rodeo, and a chance for Juan Hernandez to get a carry before the end of the half. So the Steele Knights turn in a big play early on defense, and it has been all Steele ever since. 21-0 over the East Central Hornets here in the Grove on Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights.
This is Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry and sponsored by Vulcan Materials Company, America's Diamond, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio, RNL Certified Auto Group, Air Serv Heating and Air Conditioning, Affordable Health Insurance Agency, Orange Theory Fitness, Air Today Heating and Air Conditioning, Guild Mortgage, San Antonio Sports, Methodist Healthcare, Plumbing Today, Texas Water Advisor, Beluga Air, Bargain Warehouse Outlet, JD Collision Express, Air Conditioning Service Company, the San Antonio International Airport, Centro Med, Mammoth Contracting, and Monarch Trophies. Welcome to the America's Diamond Halftime Show.
Welcome back to East Central Stadium. Here at halftime for the America's Diamond Halftime Show, Steele Knights leading the East Central Hornets 21-0. A defensive turnover leading to a score for the Knights, and then Steele offense finding their rhythm here as the Steele Knight dance team and high school band take the field. First time that we have both bands here at a game for Friday Night Lights. And we did catch up with the Steele Knight band director earlier this week to talk over how things are going this season.
The Steele Band was founded in August of 2005. The band directors at Steele High School are head band director Stephen Dieter, assistant band director Miguel Martinez, and assistant band director Buck Palmer. Guard instructors are Hunter Phillips and Janelle Drake. The color guard sponsor is Linda Guerra. The 2020 Steele Knight Marching Band is under the field direction of drum majors Haley Davis, Caleb Hernandez, Lily Martin, and Chloe Van Winkle. Guard captains are Raquel Escobedo, Caitlin Napolitano, and Leandra Ovalle. In its relatively brief history, while becoming one of the largest student organizations on campus, the Steele Band has established itself as one of the finest band programs in Central Texas and endeavors to be a role model for music education and student leadership.
And as they begin their halftime program here, we have teamed up with the Children's Hospital of San Antonio to award a $5,000 band grant to the schools that appear on Thursday Night Lights this season. And remember, it's all based on your vote, so it's time to get out your phone. If you want to vote for the Steele Band, text BAND7 to 44332. That's BAND7 with no spaces to 44332. For complete texting guidelines, head to the CW35.com.
San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare are shining the light on teams that model key values through their actions. This week, we salute 2 schools whose community projects demonstrate beyond the game values. Last spring, the Scobie Middle School boys basketball team visited Big Country Elementary, reading to children and playing classroom and outdoor sports activities with them. In February, the Steele Lady Knights soccer team made goodie boxes for ALE children for Valentine's Day. The Lady Knights wrote inspirational messages in each of the boxes to help bring a smile to each child's face. These athletes demonstrated the beyond the game values of sportsmanship, selfless service, caring, integrity, and respect. San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare salute high school and middle school coaches who inspire their teams to serve others. Parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate teams that go beyond the game. Visit sanantoniosports.org.
You're watching the America's Diamond Halftime Show.
Welcome back to the Grove. Steel Knights leading the East Central Hornets 21-0 at the half. And as we roll on in our halftime show, the East Central Hornet Band now taking the field right now. It's been great to have both fields taking their performances on this halftime show. First time during our TNL season. And earlier this week, we also caught up with the East Central Band Director to talk about their season.
My name is Ron Garza. I've been a band director at East Central High School since 2008, so I'm in my 13th year with the Hornet Band, and I'm currently entering my 4th year as the head band director. Well, like many band programs, we didn't get to have a summer band camp in August where we normally get the band back together. So we just started practices in September, but band practices have been really good so far. I'm really proud of my band kids, especially my drum majors and section leaders, for keeping the performance energy and the social interaction really high while maintaining a sense of security with the safety protocols we're following, like the encouragement of masks when we're not actively playing, personal water jugs, and social distancing. I'm also really proud of our drum line, who has been doing so well with the little bit of practice that they got to do over the summer and with a few extra performances they've been able to give at our school. Our theme this year is High Hopes, in which we're using the tune High Hopes by Panic at the Disco to kick off our halftime show. You'll see the drumline take us onto the field to get us into a high-energy performance of the tune by our Hornet Band and the Color Guard. And finally, our drum majors take the band into another pop song for the award-winning dance teams, the Honeybees and the Golden Stars, who are also doing a fantastic job with everything this year. No matter what, our goals are to give our kids the performances and the opportunities that they've always had, and to support our athletic teams, and of course to entertain our audience at halftime at our football games. I also got to give a shout out to our athletic director, Suzette Ariola, and our head football coach, Joe Hubbard, and all the coaches at East Central High School. Go Hornets!
Our thanks to the East Central Band for a great performance this Friday evening. And remember, we've teamed up with the Children's Hospital of San Antonio to award a $5,000 band grant for the bands performing on our season with Thursday Night Lights. If you want to vote for the East Central Band, text Band 8 to 44332. Again, Band 8 with no spaces to 44332. For complete texting guidelines, head over to the CW35.com. Thanks once again to the Children's Hospital of San Antonio for making the $5,000 band grant possible.
Please welcome the award-winning East Central Honeybee Varsity Dance Team and the Gold Stars Drill Team. officers are Lieutenant Colonel Cadence Allen. Colonel.
Young Hornets, old Hornets, everybody enjoying a night of football here on the CW. We take a look at our America's Diamond halftime score. It is Steele 21-0 over East Central. And you know, at the end of the season, Vulcan Materials Company is going to present a $10,000 scholarship to one of the student athletes that is recognized right here on TNL. So, in honor of that, let's meet this week's students.
Our student athlete from Steele High School is Jackson Battles. The senior left tackle ranks 15th in a class of more than 600 with a GPA of 104.92.
I've always wanted to do it for myself and to better my future, so grades have always been a priority.
Jackson mainly plays left tackle, but he also provides his teammates and coaches some versatility.
I've played multiple positions a game, so they've moved me to right guard, left guard. I played a little bit of tight end as well. I'm just that guy that wherever they need me, I go and I do it the best of my ability.
His work ethic comes from the example set by his parents.
They worked on a farm. My grandparents owned an orchard. I would help sell the peaches. I'd go pick the peaches from the trees. We'd go weigh it.
Jackson's grandparents have also been a big influence. They passed away from cancer a few years ago, but Jackson says their battle has put him on a path to become a doctor one day.
I would love to kind of just contribute to that aspect of knowledge and help people who are going through the same problems.
Our scholar athlete from East Central High School is Christian Lensman. The senior wide receiver currently ranks first in his class with a GPA of 103.67.
Really, it's been my parents. They've always told me, starting in kinder, they'd be like, you do your homework and then you get to play games.
The two-year letterman mostly played baseball growing up.
But in 7th grade, that's whenever all of my friends were going to start playing football.
Christian is an active leader at East Central off the field too. He's a member of the National Honor Society and Environmental Science Green Team. Christian is also a founding member of East Central's Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
One of my coaches started up FCA. And so it's kind of cool because that started right whenever campus life had ended.
Christian is still figuring out what he would like to study in college, but he's already set on where he'd like to go.
Ever since I was little, I've always wanted to go to UT, and I'm still wanting to go.
Who is Vulcan Materials Company? You see our trucks on roads all over San Antonio and the surrounding area. But what do we do? Well, our story began over 100 years ago, and today we are the nation's largest producer of aggregates. That's stone, sand, and gravel. Plus, we produce construction-based materials including asphalt and ready-mixed concrete, the stuff to build the roads you travel, the schools your kids attend, and the homes you live in. Everywhere you look, you will see our footprint. Our story is one built on the talent, dedication, and performance of our employees. Hardworking San Antonians just like you. Our mission is to be responsible stewards with respect to the safety and environmental impact of our operations and products. In other words, we want to be your good neighbor, doing the right thing, the right way, all the time. The Vulcan way. Who are we? We're the ones helping to build a rock-solid future in San Antonio. Vulcan Materials Company, proud sponsor of Thursday Night Lights and Scholar Athletes.
You're watching the America's Diamond Halftime Show.
Welcome back to East Central High School, where it's Steele 21-0 at the break. What a wild first half we had. Some big plays offensively and defensively, and it's time now for our AHIA, the Affordable Healthcare Insurance Agency, highlights from the first two quarters. And here we go, Zach. Big play turned in early by Caleb Lewis of Steele in a scoreless game, which set up Boynton. Had a couple of nice carries, this one being the best of the bunch, making it a 7-0 ball game. And then once Steele got the ball back, Regis doing a fine job setting up this little short popper by Stokes. But a 14-0 ball game. And then Wyatt Beagle looking the part, directing traffic, and finds Rendon Lopez wide open, does a great job smelling the end zone, diving for the score, and that's where we stand. The Knights with a 3-score lead over the Hornets. We'll see what happens in the second half here on C-Dub.
Thanks for watching the America's Diamond Halftime Show. Stay tuned for the second half kickoff. You're watching a special Friday edition of Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry.
Welcome back to East Central, where Steele is enjoying a 21-0 lead over the East Central Hornets. And Zach, we can't say enough good things about what's going on here at East Central. I mean, they put down a new surface on the football field, on the track. Scoreboard looks great. I mean, this is really a super environment, isn't it, for high school football?
Really a nice facility, and always it's a journey out here. But you know, when you get out here, it's one of the better atmospheres, because I mean, there's a great crowd here tonight, even with all the social distancing in place. But usually this place is packed to the gills. They got a great looking field and facility out here. Always love coming out here to see East Central.
Yeah, I do too, and I haven't been out here in a while, but man, the hospitality's been great. They're feeding us, giving us all kinds of nice sandwiches and cookies, and we got some waters up here. Have a little feast while we watch a little football. And
guys in the truck are getting jealous.
Yeah, that's all right. Too bad, so sad. Wouldn't be the first time tonight. All right, so Coach Hub and the East Central Hornets, I'm sure they had some things to talk about at halftime, and I think more than anything else, Zach, with all the flags that we had on both teams, you know, really hard for both of these teams offensively to find any kind of a rhythm, because there were so many stops and starts and balls being moved to and fro. And, you know, let's see if both teams can kind of get things sorted out, cleaned up a little bit, and maybe get into a little bit more of an offense rhythmically in this second half. And I mean, this young man right here, Wyatt Beagle, doesn't need a whole lot of time to get hot. And we saw him, once they got cooking a little bit, he really picked it up and led the Steele Knights down the field on a couple of really nice scoring drives.
Yeah, they moved the ball pretty quickly there towards the end of the second quarter. Now, East Central is going to get the ball to start the second half, and they kind of found something in the second quarter. They started moving the ball a little bit. Juan Hernandez had a couple of touches, some nice runs right before the break. So we'll see if they can get that going. Again, one of their keys is getting that run game going, and then maybe they can get it outside to those big receivers. Anson Brian Kelly, Jack Stewart. They went to him a couple times, just couldn't connect.
All right, our second half kickoff is brought to you by R&L Certified Auto Group. So the East Central Hornets will get the ball first to start the second half. We'll bring out our man Bosenko to lead the charge here for the Hornets. Did a pretty good job too with his escapability in that first half, and had a couple of plays they just weren't able to connect on. Would have been a little bit different on the scoreboard had they been able to do it. They're going to run the ball on first down. And a pretty nice run here to start quarter number 3.
Staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks a little bit, keep it manageable to where it's not third and long, having to dig deep into the playbook on those third downs.
And they'll stay on the ground. And that one's not going too far on that particular play, but so far, Tavion Lott is going to get a couple of carries to start this third quarter. And we have an injured Hornet down on the field. We talked about how inexperienced this young East Central offensive line is. They can ill afford to lose one of these big guys that's getting so much experience here to start this season.
Yeah, and Julian Gallegos, the young man getting rolled up on here down for the Hornets right now. He's one of the few seniors for this offensive line. So, as you mentioned, Chuck, kind of somebody they can ill afford to use, just not only from an experience standpoint, but because with all this pandemic and COVID going on, the precautions, it's just your too deep kind of takes a hit too.
No doubt. Well, we'll hope that that's not too big an injury, and we'll hope for the best there, obviously. It's good to see he's at least walking off under his own power, but as we know, sometimes that doesn't mean a whole lot. You can have a really bad, nasty knee injury and guys walk it off, and it's what these teams go through week to week. The physicality of 6A high school football in the state of Texas. All right, so Bosenko on third down, needing the 35 to keep the drive alive. Good throw, good catch, but it's not going to be enough for the first down. However, we do have a flag come in very late.
It was safety Cruz Unts making the tackle there for the Knights. He was kind of carrying into the boundary after the initial contact was made. Couldn't quite see just as it got into the sideline there if anything extracurricular happened.
All right, so 15 more, and the drive does indeed stay alive. Good job coming back to the football, and I guess they just said that he followed that tackle way past the sideline. So great job by Christian Vela on the reception, helping his team keep the drive alive, and not a whole lot going on there on first down is this big, huge defensive line for the Steele Knights standing up and making a play.
Yeah, Justin Elmore, Dante Payton getting inside, that big push from their tackle spots, really getting in there and disrupting the backfield.
Yeah, Caleb Darnell too, just a junior. I mean, the size of these guys. Again, the athleticism too. I mean, they're quick, really good feet. So second and long, East Central's going to keep it on the ground, and Hornets having a hard time getting it past the first line of defense.
And Caleb Lewis has been having a big ball game tonight. He just on that play right there, you saw him burst into the backfield along with number 42, Makai Williams, just a sophomore in that young linebacking core for the Knights.
Yeah, the rich get richer. I mean, athletes, I don't remember the last time Steele was ever hurting for those. He just, something in the water out there in Cibolo. So third and long, fake the run. Bosenko is going to check it down to his running back. Good job, really getting the ball upfield quickly. Tavion Lott on the reception. And this is going to make it a somewhat manageable fourth down play here. So we'll see what Coach Hubbard decides to do. Again, Bosenko doing a really good job. I mean, he looked up going to his left, and it's like, oh, there's nothing there. Got to go back to my right.
Yeah, the Knights are starting to stunt up front, and it is creating havoc along that front line there for the Hornets, just trying to sort it all out.
Bosenko acts like he's going to throw it, but immediately tucks it and goes and finds a gap, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Nice job, Mr. Bosenko. And that's a Mammoth contracting first down for the Hornets. So a good start to the opening drive of the third quarter for East Central as they try to climb their way back into this football game. Stacked receivers to the right, but Bosenko's going to keep it on the ground. And he's met hard at the line of scrimmage. Still able to fall forward at least for a yard, helped up there by a nice fella on the Steele sideline. And that's big number 90.
Yeah, Carter Darnell once again getting, I mean, there were 2 or 3 white shirts in the backfield after Bosenko exited that mesh point from the fake handoff.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9, and it's a long 9 at that. Bosenko's going to hand it off. Tadion's got the ball running left side, trying to get the edge. He's able to pick up a couple. There's just so much speed on that Steele defense, stringing that out for very few yards on the play. So we'll see what Steele can do defensively here on 3rd down, as they've got East Central kind of behind the sticks here, 3rd and long. Hornets are going to go with 4 wide receivers over here to the right side. Ball's away. Tadion's got it. Oh, what a nice little cut to the outside, and picking up a key 1st down is number 28.
The Knights brought some pressure on that play. They brought a backer late, and Bosenko, realizing that, throwing it to the side of where the pressure's coming from, enough to get a 1st.
Guild Mortgage Smile Can, fans out in force tonight, as you see. Tadion Lott taking some people with him. Standing physical football right there from Tadion Lott. Starting to heat up. Running it and catching it. Maybe you want to catch his breath after that one. This has been a very physical football game, as you would expect, Zach. 27-6A opener for both.
Yeah, and I think anytime you have a kid as big as Carter Darnell landing on you, that might be enough to knock the breath out of you a little bit.
I should say so. So they're going to wind the clock. 7:25 and counting in the 3rd quarter. And after the penalty, it's going to be 1st and 5 for the Hornets. Going to keep it on the ground. Big hit coming up from the safety position to make a play. But another nice run as East Central moves guys in and out of the lineup. That's Joe Ader making a play. So 2nd down, East Central's going to keep it on the ground. And there's a ball on the ground. Steele says they've got it. Let's see what the refs say.
Dwayne Smith came up, senior defensive tackle, came up with the ball. Refs are converging here.
Steele's got it. And we'll be back. The Steele Knights defense caused a turnover in the 1st half that got the scoreboard rolling. They've caused a turnover here on the 1st drive of the 3rd quarter. We'll see what they do with it when we come back. East Central band doing it up on our Plumbing Today band cam. Doing a pretty good job of it, huh, Zach?
Oh, yeah. I was on the drum line back in the day, too, so it's always fun when you get to go out and get the fans going. Nice little groove there.
Who's your favorite drummers of all time?
You know, big fan of Carter Beauford with the Dave Matthews Band. But there's this guy that I've just seen, Eric Moore. Any drummers out there, if you haven't heard of him already, check him out on YouTube.
You're really making me mad up here, big boy. Steele with a big play on 2nd down. Wyatt Beagle going outside and finding his receiver, and what a huge chunk play here to begin their 1st drive of the 2nd half. It's Ethan Gates, the junior tight end, making a play. They're going to have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line and trying to go here with some tempo. Keeping it on the ground. Pointing. Again, with a really good job carrying the football on 1st down. Sure is easier to navigate your whole offense when you can pick up 3 or 4 yards on that first carry, although they're going to, said his knee was down after only a gain of 2, so my bad. Tried to give him a couple of more out of that. Got 2nd and 8 on the 42. The man in motion. Fake it to him. Beagle dropping, and he's under some duress. Just whistles it out of bounds after a couple of those East Central Hornets tried to put the sting on him.
Yeah, great job by the defensive line for the Hornets, staying home. Michael Pinones, Blake Rodriguez, Marius Roseman. They've been rotating a few guys through there.
Well, you watch Wyatt Beagle, and he's just so poised. I mean, you could tell. I mean, this kid's probably got, what, 40 ball games under his belt? Plus 50?
Yeah,
sure looks the part. Beagle dropping, whistles one outside to Regis. Look at the size of this guy and the plow horse on the back end. Takes the ball, sets his feet, and then drives forward for 3 or 4 more.
Chris Jones was right there to make the tackle, but Trayshawn Johnson had to come over and also help him out.
Well, Cameron Regis, there are so many of these Steele Knights. They're going to have a chance to play college football. Fresh set, and they're going to go with a run on 1st down. And look at the Hoss ball carrying right there. How'd they call him down? Ethan Stokes, who had a score in the 1st half. That was a man-sized ball carry right there. All right. So it's 2nd down as the Knights crease the 50-yard line, are on the march looking for some more scores here. Beagle, tried to pump it back, then lost the ears, but his arm was falling forward. So that's going to be an incomplete pass, but it looked like it was one of those where he tried to pump it and bring it back and just had it slip out of his hands a little bit. Had a brisk moving 3rd quarter here, Zach.
A little bit, yeah. Just, I guess, right at the last second, Beagle just saw something that he didn't like.
They're going to go with Stokes on the ground, and he's going to be very close to a 1st down, maybe a smidge short. You know, somebody's going to get a Monarch trophy at the end of this ball game. The team's going to get one, and then the MVP is going to get one as well. Our good friends at Monarch Trophy making sure that the winning team gets hooked up really nice. Call that number on your screen if you've got any big event that you've got going on and you want to give somebody some really cool hardware. And Steele is going to pick up the 1st down on the short run. And this time, it's Wyatt Beagle deciding to keep it for himself. So a nice, slow, methodical, clock-consuming drive here by the Steele Knights as they enjoy a 21-0 lead here late in the 3rd quarter. I tell you, they really got their offense going, Zach, after that first turnover, cashed it in, and let's see if they're able to get the scoreboard moving again after their defense got them another one here to start the 3rd. Got a flag down. Boykin with a really nice run. We've been calling his name all night. Looks like it's coming back. And we'll resume action in 15 seconds.
San Antonio International is the first and only airport to use the Light Strike robot, which is proven to destroy hard-to-kill viruses, to include the virus that causes COVID-19, providing the highest level of cleanliness so you can fly easier, fly safer, and fly confident.
Coach Hubbard hoping his defense can come up with a stand here, Zach.
Yeah, they're in a good situation here with Steele kind of falling behind the sticks here with some more penalties.
Oh, going to do a little razzle-dazzle here. And the young sophomore getting the ball outside and turning it upfield. Tell you what, they're really dependent on Contreras a lot tonight. You can see a lot of young sophomores at Steele getting this much action. We got another player down here on the East Central side.
Well, he was waiting for a block to get set up, but Zion LeGrant, the cornerback, the junior corner for the Hornets, did a great job of just standing up, squaring up, making a nice clean tackle.
Calvin Solis, I think he was kind of clutching his collarbone or shoulder area. Obviously took a hit or landed awkwardly. He's going to walk it off. I'm going to look for some ice bags. So this is going to be a big down for this East Central defense. Obviously, it's second and long. If you can force Steele into an incomplete or hold them down on a short run, put them behind the sticks on third down and make them have to get funky with it. Been a fun game. Both teams playing hard. Obviously, both teams trying to get a leg up in 27-6A. You know, every single week it's going to be like the Super Bowl with the amount of quality squads you got in this league. So Beagle drops, ball's away quickly. He's going to go outside, and a good tackle there on the outside, but really good catch by Christopher Taylor, the junior wide receiver, who caught it and then tried to turn it up the field a little bit.
You pointed it out, Montrell Terry with the nice stop out there all by himself on that side for that play.
And you can see the size of the Steele receivers are about the size of the East Central receivers. These aren't exactly easy dudes to bring down, but 3rd and 6, here we go. Beagle's going to keep it on the ground. Boynton is going to find the yard to get. Really nice. Cutting it up the field and getting his team a fresh set of downs. And that is a Mammoth contracting first down. I'll tell you what.
Kind of a similar move to his touchdown run.
Yeah.
Just, you know, bringing it inside, but then bouncing out.
He makes a lot, you know, he gets his hands on the ball, something's happening. Beagle's going to keep this one himself. He tucks it and then cuts it in the middle. And look at him, look like a big fullback busting up. Ball is out. Did Steele get back on it?
I think somebody, East Central might have.
Well, that was really good hustle on the back end by somebody. I don't know if it was 82 or 4 that was able to get in there and find the loose ball, but either way, great hustle by Mason Martinez and Rendon Lopez to never really give up on this play. Beagle took a shot to the head, and he's still trying to churn and burn for some extra yards, and somebody got a hand in there and poked it out, and then...
Ooh, right at the end.
Looked like East Central had a chance to make a play there and didn't.
Blake Rodriguez had his hands on it for East Central.
All right, so East Central, a lot of window dressing. They're going to keep it inside to Stokes. But that defensive line for East Central equal to the task on that one. Nicholas Martinez making a play, and others. You know, Zach, it's so important. You've got those big defensive linemen for East Central making a push on these goal line snaps.
Yeah, they've really blowed up whenever Steele has been down inside the 10. They've gotten some good push.
Oh, Beagle just flipping it out. Oh, ball is out, and East Central makes a play on defense. Wow, what a hit on the ball carrier. It popped up, and East Central with a huge turn of events here as Angel Gutierrez comes up with the errant ball. And that's the end of the third quarter. What a way to go out. East Central needing a stop on defense, and they get one. Bam! We're going to continue with our TNL coverage from East Central right after this.
Closed captioning for today's game is sponsored by Texas Water Advisor.
Welcome back to East Central. What a huge turn of events for the Hornets. Steel Knights knocking on the door, trying to put this game away late third quarter, and East Central coming up with a turnover down by the goal line and really saving themselves at least 6 points right there, Zach.
Yeah, I mean, just a great play. Angel Gutierrez picking it up, making a bit of a return. We'll see if the Hornets can kind of get out of the shadow of their end zone here.
Yeah, it's a good place to start. Really good run on first down, but man, you just see the speed of this Steele defense. I mean, they got guys swarming to the ball each and every play as they try to bow up and make a play. They've turned in a couple of really nice plays defensively, getting the ball back for their offense in this one.
Last defensive possession, number 99, Dwayne Smith was able to strip the ball and also recover it.
Busenko going deep down the sideline, and it's picked off. No, it's dropped. But a really good job, stride for stride with the receiver, was Tavon Cortez. Nice ball by Busenko, but Cortez doing a really good job making sure that he had inside leverage all the way down. Busenko took a shot right as he let the ball go. Let's take a look. Dropping, and oh man, 36 got a clean shot, Zach.
Yeah, Eshawn Miles, he's had another good ball game. I mean, all across this defensive front for the Knights.
Well,
looks like he might have gotten tagged with maybe a penalty on it.
Yeah, roughing the passer. Busenko gladly take those 15 yards and a first down. Oh, what a great defensive play individually by the Steele Knights on that play. Mercy, how quickly can Caleb Lewis get into somebody's backfield?
He's been living back there all night, and a lot of members of the Steele defensive line have been doing that.
Well, what's interesting is that outside they had 3 wide receivers, and they did a really good job of blocking that up, but nobody accounted for Caleb Lewis. He went back there and made himself a play. And now it's going to be 2nd down and 15 for the East Central Hornets as they desperately try to get back into this football game. Ball is handed off inside. The Hornets are able to pick up a couple, but they're looking at a really long 3rd down play here coming up.
Well, and Chuck, guess who it is again? Caleb Lewis.
Everybody's All-American, right? Well, he is some kind of football player, and we talked about how stout this Steele defense has been all year long, and again, it's really amazing that they could possibly be 0-2 with as little as they've yielded all year long. So Busenko looking at 3rd and long. He's going to keep it on the ground, trying to pick his way. Does an outstanding job. Picked up about 7 on the play, but it is going to bring up 4th down. So what do you do here? 4th quarter? Ball's on your own 34-yard line, but they're lining up, at least giving the perception that they're going to punt this ball away.
Well, Coach Hubbard's tried to fake earlier, but of course he was on the other on the other side of the field when he pulled it last time.
East Central does indeed kick it away. The ball bounds. He's going to check up right around the 33-yard line. So the Steele Knights turn it over, but their defense gets it right back to them. 9 minutes left to go in this ball game. It's time now for our Air Serv Heating and Air Conditioning highlights from the third quarter. And Zach, we talked about this before the game that we might see some defensive highlights in this ball game on both teams, and indeed we have.
Yeah, two great plays in the third quarter. Dwayne Smith for the Steele Knights tripping up the ball carrier and then recovering the fumble that he caused, and then the great play to end the quarter for East Central, keeping the Knights out of the end zone.
All right, so the Knights have the ball back, and it's going to be Boykin again, I believe, or is that a new ball carrier? Nope, it's Boykin. Getting his hands on the ball to get the clock winding here. With Steele comfortably ahead 21-0. I mean, can't say enough about the job that Steele's defense has done in this football game. I mean, they've gotten a couple of turnovers for their offense, and to Steele's credit, too, they're playing some complimentary football. They're able to capitalize on some of these mistakes and turn them into points. They do a little receiver action coming around from the left side, and the sophomore again getting his hands on the football, and he's wrestled out of bounds. But another strong pickup for the Steele Knights. And number 3, Edmarion Contreras. This kid's got some feet, doesn't he? Look at this guy go. Just a sophomore, too. Nice play on the back end there to clean it up.
Yeah, Calvin Solis came from the other side of the field, coming all the way over to make sure Contreras didn't break it for about a 60-yard touchdown run.
Well, it's a South Texas Votech first down, and that's where Wyatt Beagle will fake the handoff, and he's going to take a shot downfield. Got a man open, and it's knocked away at the last minute. Good job closing it down there at the end, at the very end of the route for East Central.
Zion LeGrand.
Zion LeGrand.
He's made a couple of nice tackles tonight out in open space. Beagle's gotten the ball out to his receivers whenever there's been soft coverage, but LeGrand's always been there to clean it up real quickly.
Indeed. And that was one of those, too, where LeGrand did a great job closing there at the last second. Stokes is going to get this ball here on second down, looking for some room, and stumbles and bumbles his way. Sign of a really good running back. You start to lose your feet, but you still go forward. He's able to pick up about 4 on the play.
Well, we've been talking a lot about Steele's depth on the defensive line, but they've got quite a few ponies in the running back stable.
No question about that, as they always seem to at Steele High School. Beagle drops, ball away quickly. Contreras again takes a shot, but he's able to move the sticks.
Zion LeGrand with another nice tackle there. I mean, wasn't his man, but came in and gave a pop to Contreras.
All right, you're looking at the Smile Cam, brought to you by Air Conditioning Service Company. Everybody suited up, watching the game. Having a good time out here at East Central tonight. Beagle, ball's out quick. Another first down. Man, he's got a quick release, doesn't he? And his receivers on the back end don't miss many balls. Cameron Regis again making another catch. That's about his 4th or 5th catch of the ball game.
Nice just pitch and catch, quick 5 yards, and thanks very much.
All right, going with a little tempo here as the 4th quarter starts to wind down. Beagle taking it himself, and not real thrilled with the fact that he lost his feet a little bit. I think he could have maybe scored on that one had he stayed upright.
Well, Chuck, and you've talked about how great of a ball Beagle throws, but he's got some wheels under him a little bit too.
No doubt, wrap it up. Yeah, I mean, he absolutely looks the part. I mean, his mastery of the offense and he's just so calm and poised back there as well. Got to be very, very settling for the coaching staff having that veteran a quarterback. Beagle going to take a shot. Got a man. Touchdown. Steele Knights.
And we got a flag down inside the 10. Back judge threw it as the ball was in the air.
Boy, this Contreras kid's going to be a player. He's won already. Man, he gets open. They're walking it back. All right. Let's see what we got. Rudy Baye. All right, we've got offsetting penalties, so we're going to replay the down, and we'll be back in 15 seconds.
San Antonio International is the first and only airport to use the Light Strike robot, which is proven to destroy hard-to-kill viruses, to include the virus that causes COVID-19, providing the highest level of cleanliness so you can fly easier, fly safer, and fly confident.
Beagle on the keeper. It's going to scamper to the right side and step out of bounds, but not before he picks up about 7 yards on the carry. So Steele doing a really good job maintaining possession of the football. That was one of their goals coming into this game, and they're trying to salt this one away, Zach, with 5:15 left in the game. I'm sorry, 5:13 left in the game.
Yeah, they really held the ball for a majority of the quarter in the third, and playing the possession game here in the fourth too.
Some dirty yards right there for Stokes as he turns it upfield and lowers the boom.
Coach Sines has got to like having so many running backs that he can call on just throughout the game, keep those guys fresh, so that way that running attack just stays constant throughout the entire ball game. That should pay dividends as they go through the district schedule.
Well, we had a really good time out here tonight at East Central, and man, I had a really good hamburger from Barbed Wire Burger Company before the ball game. And I'm gonna have to hit that place again as we watch Wyatt Beagle shimmy and shake and get it inside the 10-yard line. But Zach, when I was eating there, and they gave me a little flyer for a fundraiser that they're having out here 2 weeks from tomorrow at 11 a.m. at Barbed Wire Burgers. They had several members of their community that were involved in a really terrible car accident, and they're going to have all kinds of fundraisers going on from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at Barbed Wire Burger 2 weeks from tomorrow. If you can make it out there and help out some of the fine citizens here in East Central, we hope that you do that. Ball's away, and very nearly another Steele Knights touchdown. Great route by Contreras to get open. And you get the feeling, Zach, that maybe in a couple of weeks, when these teams wind up a little bit, they're going to start making these connections. I mean, we're still in the part of the year where teams are still trying to figure out exactly what they can do in a game situation. We got a timeout on the field. We're going to take it with them. The Steele Knights up 21-0 here at East Central on the CW35. It is Beluga Air player profile time, and let's check out the doings of one Michael Aguilar from East Central High School. Senior running back, does football and powerlifting. A lot of good kids out here at East Central. Coach Hubbard couldn't be more proud of the group that he's got this year. Beagle dropping, throwing, incomplete. As you could tell, East Central, you can tell Steele's trying to work on some things here at the end of this ball game to get them ready for their next contest. Either way, that was a incomplete pass on second down. We'll see what the Steele Knights have in store for us as they try to maybe get another score here before the end of this ball game.
Well, and we'll see if the Hornets can once again keep the Knights at bay and keep them out of the end zone for the second straight possession.
Beagle's dropping, and he's under duress, gets it away. Oh, what a throw. Didn't make the completion, as the DB did a really good job forcing the receiver out of bounds, but Wyatt Beagle, running for his life, dropped a dime that very nearly was completed on the back end.
Great penetration by junior defensive lineman Timothy Huff for East Central. Really kind of threw Beagle off his timing, you could tell a little bit, just surprised that he was in his face as quick as he got there.
Orange Theory bringing us the band cam on this sequence. Good job by the Hornet Band. Social distancing and belting out some quality tunage tonight. All right, so East Central did get the stop. Steele's going to take a field goal attempt, and it is good. So the Steele Knights come down and get a field goal from number 20, Cameron Dake. They've got themselves a 24-0 lead with 4:07 left to go here on the 35. Steele Knights in charge here, 24-0, as they just knocked the field goal through, and our crew doing a remarkable job as always, capturing the sights and the sounds of high school football here in South and Central Texas. Still doing a really good job tonight playing complimentary football, and it is showing on the scoreboard. The kick is away, and the kick is covered very nicely as East Central will get their hands on the ball at the 30-yard line. All right, our Beluga Air player profile is Anston Brian Kelly, the 6'5", 200-pound receiver who's an all-district performer in basketball and in football. And we talked about his fun-loving nature and the fact that he's on the debate team. I mean, that's some quality stuff. We don't want to get in a verbal tongue tussle with that young man. He's going to chew you up. He's a big guy, and they could really use a big play from him right now. Huge target on the outside. We've got some really good playmakers on this East Central team, and again, talking to Coach Hubbard about what he's got this season, he's really thrilled about the level of talent that he has. He just needs some of these guys to get some seasoning before they can really start to pop the lid off this thing. Ball's on the ground, or they'll keep it on the ground, I should say. Central doing a really nice job on that particular play, getting some positivity. Joe Ader on the carry. So it's second down for the Hornets as they try to get something going here before the end of the game to give them some hope for maybe some things going forward, but just a complete and utter collapse by the offensive line because of the unbelievably strong push of that massive Steele defensive line, Zach Hedrick. Mercy, that was a blow up.
Yeah, they've been blowing it up all night, and I mean, East Central, credit to them. They're figuring things out up front, still trying to get some guys in there, see which ones they're going to move forward with as they get further into district play.
They're running some other guys in there. That was Dwayne Smith, and that's another guy that if you're ever in a tussle, you may want Dwayne Smith on your team. All right, y'all, make sure you don't forget to vote. If you like what you heard here tonight, and I know both Zach and I did, you got to text Band 7 44332 for the Steele High School Band, and then for East Central, it's Band 8 to 44332. The fine folks at the Children's Hospital of San Antonio, Christus Health, is going to be giving away 5,000 simoleons to one of these programs that we feature here on TNL at the end of the year. And boy, we see some good ones each and every week.
It was good having them both here tonight.
Yeah.
Just adds to the atmosphere.
Yeah, this has been a really good environment tonight, and we've really enjoyed ourselves. I like talking to both coaches this week too, Coach Sines and Coach Hubbard. Always a treat. Going to teach you something about the game too when you're getting the fill-in from them. Really nice ball there by Busenko, chucking it downfield and making the hookup.
Yeah, Jonathan Martinez making a nice catch.
Yeah, the 5'11", 165-pound junior receiver coming through in the clutch. Looks good with the black gloves. And that's another South Texas Votech first down. So Busenko is going to keep it on the ground, and once more,
Carter Darnell just said, hello.
Yeah, it just seems like the last place you want to go is right in the A-gaps, the way these guys are filling right now. Mercy. I mean, it looks like the Green Bay Packers out there, that defensive line. I mean, it's unbelievable. So second down for Busenko, who gets it out quickly. He gets a block. Look out. Good job turning that ball up the field is Christian Vela. Looking for some contact himself. Doesn't mind taking a little doink on the head because he's going to give some of it out. Clock winding, under 2 minutes left to go in the ball game. Central trying to pierce the 50-yard line and eventually the goal line. Busenko dropping, spinning. Now he's going to let it loose. He's got a man. Oh, what great closing speed on the back end of the Steele defense to knock that one away at the last second. Outstanding job by Kieran Dandy. It was a dandy of a play, if I do say so myself. Busenko had really a lot going on that particular play. He could have tucked it and run with it, but man, his guy was so wide open. The last thing you think of is somebody's going to be able to close and knock that ball away at the last second, but Dandy doing a heck of a job.
That's a new guy for the Steele backfield, the defensive backfield, making a nice play.
Oh, Busenko with a shot on fourth down, and just what the doctor ordered. Stepping up, pocket collapsing, and finding his receiver wide open downfield, and 12 doing a really good job hauling that one in and making the play. That's Vela again. So Busenko calling out the play at the line of scrimmage. 1 minute, 4 seconds and counting. Busenko's going to keep it on the ground, gets a block. Now he's trying to cut it upside, breaks a tackle, and scores! Caden Busenko. That might have been the play of the night. No pun intended.
Well, and a great block by Jonathan Martinez. You called out his catch earlier during the drive, but he made a great block that sprung Busenko there to get in those last 5, 6, 7 yards.
Just all guts. Gets the glory on the back end. Oh, nice little shimmy with the head and shoulder, and then, yeah, somehow manages to shuck the tackle and then waltzes into the end zone to get the East Central Hornets on the scoreboard with 53 seconds left to go in the ball game. Well, snap is back. That's exactly what I was thinking. So you're trying to get the extra point, and not really sure what was going to happen there on the scramble drill, but made for some humorous moments to end this football game, although it won't be too funny to Coach Hubbard or anybody else that he decides he's going to have to get after watching that play. But an outstanding job by the East Central offense to rally here late in the fourth quarter and erase the goose egg against a really fine Steele defense.
Well, both quarterbacks, Chuck. I mean, Beagle has shown us on that last drive for Steele, but here for Bosanko, both of them have some wheels too, so there's more than just dropping back and passing for both of these offenses. They can have the quarterback run into their playbooks going forward.
Yeah, and Bosanko's just a junior, so he's going to have another year after this one. And you know, it is so tragic in so many different ways, everything that's gone on with COVID and shortening these seasons and, you know, really limiting practice times for all of these schools, and everybody's doing the best they can to try to adapt and move on. But, you know, it's just, you just know a high school career is so short, and you want to squeeze every second of every moment out of every single thing that you can. And it's good to see that everybody's moving on and getting while the getting's good. And our man Bosanko, because he is a Bargain Warehouse Outlet Play of the Night recipient. Good job, Caleb Bosanko. Caden Bosanko, my apologies. I should have thrown a flag on me on that one. All right, so got to believe that Steele's going to take a couple of knees and we'll get out of here. But pretty fun and entertaining game tonight, Zach Hedrick.
Say again, Chuck. I'm sorry. We were getting some information here.
No, I was just saying it was nice working with you tonight.
Well,
doing
hey,
this.
I appreciate you letting me slide over a chair real quickly for this game. I mean, it was a lot of fun calling a game with you. This is a first for me. So I mean, calling the sidelines is a little bit more my speed, I think.
Well, and I like sitting in your chair best myself, but that's all right. We got a good crew working with us, and we're thinking about Don Harris tonight, our good buddy, and we'll welcome him back next Thursday night for our game next week as we plow through these last 52 seconds of the ball game. Steele's going to keep it on the ground. And it is time now for our collision of the night, and it's going to be right there. One of the earliest plays of the ball game right there. Aiden had the phone with the ding, and I don't know what's more impressive, that Contreras is made out of like rubber or something, because he went on to have one heck of a ball game after taking that shot. And that is going to be the final play of the ball game. Coach Signs looking in as his team captures its first win of the 2020 season. But obviously, Coach Signs and the Steele Knights, no strangers to winning ball games. It's probably more of an anomaly that they somehow were 0-2 with a defense that had yielded fewer than 400 yards in 2 ball games before tonight. So the Steele Knights take our Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights Friday night edition 24-6 over the East Central Hornets. We'll be back and pass out some of the goodies right after this. Welcome back to East Central, where the Steele Knights have taken this ball game tonight. The 27 6A district opener for both Steele and East Central, 24-6. All right, it's time now for our Taco Cabana player of the game. I was really pushing for Caleb Lewis, but apparently I got outvoted by everybody in the truck. And you too, Zach, so we're going to put you on the hook, but you can't go wrong with Wyatt Beagle, right? Had a heck of a night.
Yeah, doing it both running and throwing on the run. I mean, you know, this guy has been doing it for 4 years for the Steele Knights, and, you know, I'm sure he'll be doing it more as he continues on this season. Yeah,
he's got some weapons on the outside, but wow, look at how shifty he is with these runs. I mean, it's just like head and shoulders. Man, if you're looking at that stuff, you're going to get juked every single time. Making things happen with his feet, with his arm, and with his brain, and he is our Taco Cabana player of the game. All right, we'll be back with more of our Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights Friday night edition right after this.
You're watching a special Friday edition of Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry.
Our end-of-game highlights are brought to you by AHIA, the Affordable Health Insurance Agency. That's some really big plays tonight on both sides of the ball. This game really got started going in Steele's direction because they made a huge play on defense. Caleb Lewis, and they gave it to their man Boynton, who doinked one into the end zone for the first score of the game. And they got another short popper for 6, and then everybody's All-American, chucking and ducking. Brendan Lopez scoring, and then another huge play turned in by the Steele defense, which they then turned into not 6 because East Central's defense was equal to the task. And then our play of the night, Basenko, individually that was the best thing we saw all night for sure. A highlight reel play for the ages and a win for the Steele Knights. All right, next week, 27-6A, the saga continues. On Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, we're going to have Clemens against Judson. Two teams that you know don't like each other very much, and we're going to be in for a dandaroo. Clemens and Judson coming up in just 6 days on Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights. Chris Kotvis and his crew doing an amazing job once again, guiding the two noobs in the booth through the entire game. And thank you so much for Steele and East Central putting on a great show tonight, and all the hospitality here down in the Grove. For everybody at the CW, thank y'all for watching. Let's do it again real soon, okay?